I mean, you say that you're ready, but it doesn't look like you're ready. It
Oh,
looks
I'm
like you're
ready.
just sitting over there playing a game. You're just sitting there playing a
I'm
game, guy.
I'm ready.
What do you mean you're ready?
This is
Bull
for the
crap if you're ready.
audience.
There's no way that you're ready. Unbelievable. Like how am I supposed to believe for a second that you're ready when you're just like,
The part I
well,
was talking
I'm
when
sitting
I was
here, you're
talking the
gonna
most
say
at
some
the
stuff.
beginning of the stream, I was playing this game, and then I didn't for the rest. Like the first maybe 30 minutes of the stream, I was playing this
Okay,
game.
well, I hit the
But
live button.
I didn't share the video footage though.
So did you tweet this out, guy?
No.
Of course you didn't. Jeez. Unbelievable. Can you
I'll do
tweet it
it.
out for me?
Yes.
Excellent. You do that. I'm going to welcome everybody that's in the chat here already. Already? There's a W in that word now, apparently. Shit. Welcome, Rebecca, Gary North, Carmen, and Wildcard. And that's all that's here so far. But I have a feeling that more people are going to show up. Especially,
There.
oh, Janie, what the hell?
Tweet it.
Chat. Why can I see Janie Davis's chat on one screen but not on the other? What the hell is that shit?
Because
Unbelievable. Oh, now I can see it. What the fuck was that shit? Oh, YouTube. Don't do that to me, YouTube. Like, I can't be having the people that I want to engage with and that want to engage with me feel like they're being ostracized from the group because I can't see their fucking comments, YouTube. Unbelievable. No, Janie Davis, I did not stumble because I miss Zod. Come on now. Really? No. The only time I stumble is when Zod's around and he asks me some ridiculous ass question that nobody could possibly have an answer to because it was a statement. He's like, well, what do you think about that? I was like, what do I think of the statement that you just said? I think that you're a fucking putz. That's what I fucking think, guy. So, yeah. I mean, I know that the one person here who was spoiling it in the previous stream, fucking Gary, you son of a bitch. Like, I have one piece of information to share with people, and that was it. And he's sitting there like, yeah, talk about this. Talk about this. And I was like, Gary, I'm not going to talk about it. All I'm going to do is tell you what's going to come. So you can ask all the questions that you want about Twin Peaks, Gary, and I'm not going to answer a single one. It's not going to happen. But if you're wondering, I finally made it through season 1 of Twin Peaks. Made it all the way through. So anybody, I don't know if anyone in the chat is avoiding spoilers. Hi, Wookiee supremacy. Hi, Justice for Depp. They just arrived. I don't know if you're avoiding spoilers, but there's one hell of a shock at the end of the first season that I sure as hell didn't see coming. I mean, it's only 8 episodes. Granted, the first episode is essentially a double episode. It's like an hour and a half long, so, it's extra long. It was freaking great, man. Anyway, I'll be having a season 1 review in the very near future. I took 3.5 pages of notes. You have an idea what it's like to take 3.5 pages of notes on a TV show where the majority of the stuff in the TV show doesn't mean anything?
Nope. But I know I had to take notes on stuff when I was in school, like sometimes movies or something. Except for the teachers that were cool and just told you what notes to write for it. So you could enjoy the movie.
I mean,
like they'd give you that.
The note.
I had teachers that would give me that. There's like a note sheet that you had to fill in the things, and they'd give you that after the movie, and then you'd go together as a class with all the notes. That was epic.
It would appear that Bonnie B and her QWERTY face have made it here. I don't know how she's still awake. It's amazing to me. Unbelievable. But yeah, season 1, Twin Peaks review coming very soon. It's just a matter of getting all of the proper thoughts together and then I guess ordering them in a somewhat coherent way because season 2 will kill me. What? Like, I don't want to watch season 2 and then end up pulling a Bonnie B. I don't want that to happen to me. That'd be terrible. I mean, at least if that does happen to you, you get resurrected. So there's no problem there. Like, she's here. So that's good. But oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me. My God. Now what did I click on? What does that say? Okay. What a happy accident. So that's how she's still awake. She is immortal. What? I guess I'll take your word for it. What the fuck? Oh my God. Okay. I mean, that's one way to be able to stay up almost as long as I do. Almost. Granted, I've never stayed up for longer than, gosh, 3-4 days. So anybody that stayed up longer than that, you got me beat. Oh, hello, witchy one. Just, she said, or they, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. It says witchy one. Who fucking knows? So I'll say they. Say, hey, y'all, just stream hopping here. Well, maybe stick around for a while. You don't have to hop to another stream. It's just two assholes here talking back and forth. And I thought there was going to be a third one, but apparently he's too busy to click the link that I sent him. Witchy one shot JR. That's terrible. Unbelievable. I get that reference, but I don't know if anyone does. Trying to catch up with the chat
it went
here.
back up to 200.
Oh yeah, we can announce that. We can announce that.
Yeah,
or do you not want to?
Now. Oh, I mean, I don't. Maybe
Husky
I shouldn't
hit
announce
200.
it because
now it hit the number. Like if you hit the number, because we all did that. It happened to Zod when he hit 400. He hit 400. He put it out on Twitter. Literally the next day, 388, and he sat at 388 for like a week, and then it went to 390 for another week, and it was disastrous. Yeah, so as soon as you hit, as he would put it, the milestone, what a fucking putz. Like, oh my God. We work with this guy. We literally work with this guy multiple times a week, and he doesn't know what the word milestone is, in the sense that at the next stop, you have to hit a hot stone, and then a fire stone, and then an El Diablo stone. These are the levels of Taco Bell supremacy. Anyway, Husky hit the milestone of 200 subs, which means, when are you making that video, guy?
Well, I'll have to start working it on Monday, and if I can't get it finished Monday, I'll continue working on it Friday of that week, because those are the days I don't stream. Now, however, I didn't announce it. I made it to 200 at the end of the other stream after I was done, announcing my stuff, and I was going to PB, and then it went to 199. So be sure to keep it over that 200 limit, everyone, before Monday.
Sorry, I left a comment in the chat that I don't even have up on screen yet. But Jamie Davis, I am not sure what this means. She says, PB, we're tired or tied? It says tied. Is it supposed to be tired? I feel like it's supposed to be tired because I don't know what they're tied with. So I'm going to, editorialize and put that R in there for her. I really hope that it's supposed to be tired. And if it's not, God help us. Hello, Keely Chow. I see that you just got here. I'm working my way through the chat because we don't really have anything to talk about per se. This is just kind of I didn't use the thumbnail, but I made a thumbnail for Chat and Chill, but this is an after party. And Carmen says, "Hey PB, Husky better play nice today. Are you gonna play nice today, you son of a bitch?
No.
No disappearing when people ask you to say hello?"
Why am I playing nice?
What?
I'm not getting paid to be nice here. I'm not getting paid at all, but I'm not getting paid to be nice.
Ah, okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. And question from Rebecca. She says, "So, what is Twin Peaks?" Oh my gosh,
It's a
Rebecca.
restaurant that's like
Hold on, hold on. That's true. That question has two answers, just like her question about the Legion of Doom had two answers. But the best way that I can answer that, Husky, I need you to go to my channel. Can you go to my channel
Yeah.
so that you can share a video? Because it'll be
Okay.
way easier for you to do it than for me to do it. Right? Share the
Don't
Twin
open it
Peaks
in-
video. Share the Twin Peaks challenge
There we
video
go.
in the chat. Because in the Twin Peaks challenge video, I go through exactly what Twin Peaks
There
was.
we go. That
And
should be the
just the
link.
short version, it was an early 90s drama on ABC. And from what I can tell so far, only being 8 episodes in, it's fucking spectacular, guy. Fucking spectacular. Like, Bonnie B, is this supposed to mean that you beat me awake? Like, you wake up and you start pounding on me? Because I would believe that. I would definitely believe that. That's what it feels like some days. You know, I never get a reprieve. You go on the internet and you just start getting pounded on the internet by people. But, you know, it happens. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry, Rebecca. I saw your thank you. Hi, Happy Dino. He comes here from time to time. Just seen him. What's going on? I feel like the chat jumped on me. You fucking chat. Why do you do that? I hate it so much. Like, I just wanted to work from the top to the bottom. That's all I was doing, working from the top to the bottom. And then it fucking jumps. Like, what the hell, man? Unbelievable. Seems like everybody here that has watched Twin Peaks is a fan, a supreme fan. So far, all of the people that I have talked to are either massive fans or they don't know what the show is. I haven't found anybody yet that was like, "Oh yeah, I seen Twin Peaks back in the day. It was okay." I haven't seen anybody that said that yet. It's either, "What the hell is that?" or, "Oh, you need to see this show. You don't know Twin Peaks? If you don't know Twin Peaks, what the fuck are you actually doing with your life? Get off of stop everything. Like, I know that you're trying to give birth to a child right now. Shut that shit down. Turn on fucking Twin Peaks. There ain't nothing that you need to be doing that is going to be as enjoyable as Twin Peaks. Like, you have not lived until you have seen all of the Twin Peaks. Are you kidding me?" And I said, "Okay, I guess I'll watch the show." Like, you people are very enthusiastic. It's amazing.
You can't convince me. It's really hard to convince me with shows.
Oh my gosh, guy. Well, I mean,
I mean,
okay, but what
for
shows
instance-
are you into, though?
well, that's for me to know, and I don't know. That's kind of hard to explain the shows I'm into because a lot of the shows I'm into aren't on air anymore, and some of them I remember them, but I don't remember the names because of how young I was. I liked a lot of the DC animated hero movies, so and the good Marvel ones. Before all the Marvel animated shows were shit.
Okay, yeah.
There's
They
also
used
some
to
other
make good
shows
Marvel
in there.
animated shows, and now they're terrible. I agree with that.
Yeah.
What's up, Ray J's World?
I mean, they're not terrible as so much as they are disappointing.
Like, this is a hilarious question to ask you while you're doing what you're doing. Do you see that? He says, Cybernetic Husky, can you get your avatar to move its mouth yet?
I don't feel like paying a lot of money to have its mouth open. I mean, you guys can, send me bits or sub to my Twitch channel, which I'll drop in the chat, and I can get money, and then maybe I can have it open its mouth, but I don't know how easy I could do it on here. So yeah, just go on the Twitch and,
So from
follow,
what
sub,
I
and when I go
can,
live, drop bits on there.
so from what I can read on the screen right now, Bonnie B says that she don't do recommends, which I'm sure is super proper English, and I'm also sure that it's a lie. Because as far as I know, not too far in the recent past, she was not a fan of the Packers. And now she is. I feel like somebody recommended the Packers to her. I don't know exactly who it was, maybe, but I feel like somebody recommended that team to her, and she was like, wow, this team is some kind of special.
I recommend the
Doesn't
Vikings
do
so then you can get
recommends.
high hopes and then know how to be burned. But I also feel like both the Vikings and Packers, there'll be people that'll stare at you in a confused way and it'll be hilarious.
I told you, I only like the Vikings when they are playing the Bears.
You also
Like, that
told
is
me
the only time. What's up,
what about
Timon?
the Cowboys? You told me anyone who faces the Cowboys too.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
When the Vikings play the Cowboys, I like the Vikings more, which there aren't a whole lot of people in Wisconsin that would probably get on board with that because they'd be like, what about the Cowboys? But if you grew up in the 90s, you would hate the fucking Cowboys too because they kept on knocking us out of the fucking playoffs. Like, son of a bitch.
They did that to everyone in the NFC North, even us.
Clarification.
But everybody hates the Cowboys.
Movies and
mainly
TV
because
shows.
of their fan
My
base.
mistake. Sports are different. Fair enough. Fair enough. I get that. Sports is a different style of entertainment media. I get that. I know how to split that hair, unlike Mr. Zod, because apparently we're not supposed to call him General Zod anymore, because that's, copyright infringement. What fucking bullshit.
Why can't we just call him
Like,
Corporal
stop
Zod?
listening to your dad, guy. I know you can hear me, even if you're not in the fucking stream. I know you can fucking hear me. Stop listening to your dad and just be General Zod, you son of a bitch. I believe in you. What excellent timing!
Speak, and I shall arrive.
Oh,
Hello,
man.
everybody.
You got here
Class
at
has
the
come to the
exact
show.
same time Jamie Vick got here. Hey, Jamie Vick.
Well, see, Jamie Vick knew exactly when to arrive to this awesome
No,
stream.
she didn't. No,
General
she
Zod
didn't.
graced the presence of your stream, and then they were like, "Oh, Zod's here, that 1K villain. We should all follow."
Oh, man. That's a pretty
still
decent
say we
name for a
call him
band,
Corporal
right?
Zod.
1K villain?
Dude, I'm thinking of just like adopt that, like, you're right. Forget Mr. Zod. Forget General Zod. We're just gonna go.
We'll call him Ms. Zod. Good call, Timon. I like it. Fucking hilarious.
No, I'm not pulling a Justin. I'm not in transition.
That was awesome.
No, Ms. is neutral. It's neutral. Don't worry about it. It's neutral.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough. Remember when Justin...
Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry. There we go. Janie Davis says, if it'll pop up on the fucking screen, there it goes. Says, Jamie Vick definitely got here first. Talking about you, General.
I had the bitchy one is feeling a little bit down. You know, a bunch of bullshit going on.
You said the bitchy one
So-
instead of the unicorn? Oh, things are going poorly.
No, this is the weird thing. She was not upset at me, and I know we have some ladies in the chat, but do you ever put people into a situation where they're not mad at you, but say they leave the light on and they don't shut the window to the shower, so you yell at them, but I'm doing air quotes here because I can't do them because I'm driving, but it's out of love. And I go, well, this is a new one. I've never been yelled at out of love. If that's the case, Pop Culture PB loves the shit out of me.
I love lots of things. I only yell out of love. Is there any other way to yell? I didn't realize that people used a different emotion when they wanted to raise their voices. Every time that I've ever yelled, whether in real life, on the internet, on YouTube, with my thumbs on Twitter, it's always just been out of love. But I like this comment from Bonnie B. She says, I say full misses if he doesn't bring back the general.
I say I call him Corporal Zod.
I mean,
Corporal Zod reporting for duty.
eh? What's that all about there, eh? Gonna go and do some duty. No, I mean, I am talking with people from DC. If you don't know, DC Fandom has the greatest website that you can go check out. Their website, and they just have.
He was trying to shill for something, and I'm not gonna allow it. Like, he's out here pumping some frickin' website up with DC because he's a villain, and now when I unmute him, maybe he will have learned his lesson.
Go check out DC.
Nope. Apparently I didn't hit mute. Apparently I hit pause.
Oh man. Yeah. So
Janie Davis, I have to unfortunately report to you that Bonnie B, she hates Stargate with a passion.
Oh,
of a million fucking suns, man.
I've never seen PB so betrayed.
Like, she can't do it. It hurts her soul on the inside. I mean, can you hurt somebody's soul on the outside? Either way, either fucking way, it's not for her. But it doesn't matter because she's a Packer fan, so I can get over it.
I mean, that's a deep wound. That's a deep wound. But you know, I can understand. At one point before I watched The Greatness, I watched the movie, right? And I don't know PB because we can talk about this because we're Stargate fans, but I don't know if you fell into this trap where I watched the movie and I said, "Fuck the TV show," because I don't want to see it without Kurt fucking Russell and you know and the
James Spader.
Thank you, James Spader. Okay, we have James Spader. I mean, I'm like, there's no way you can replace this cast.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at
go
you.
Packers. Oh God, you've converted another.
Do you see? I know. I've got another on board. It don't take much when you're the greatest American football franchise of all time. It don't take much to get people on board. But
I don't
hold on. No, shush. It doesn't take much to trigger me because that comment is all kinds of hilarious. Nobody says go Packs. Go Packs. It's go Pack go or go Packers or let's go Pack. But go Packs? Like I love a new Packer fan. That's freaking special. Go Packs. Go Packs.
Packer fan, I do have to tell you this joke though. I think I've told the people
Oh
once.
God.
Friends don't let friends pack other people's meat.
Oh, that was great. Thank you, Cyber. I needed that because unfortunately, my team, I will never convert anyone over ever, but I will stick with them till my dying days. And I told Father Zod this, and I told everybody else this. I don't care what you say. I'm going to stick with my team till the end of time.
The Cleveland Browns.
Fuck no. God,
that's
no,
so much
it's way
of a
worse
General
than that.
Zod team.
He's a Gigante fan.
Look, no, you stop that. You cannot put the Giants on the level of the Cleveland Browns. I'm sorry, there's no team.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, because the Cleveland Browns don't have 2 Super Bowl wins over an undefeated Patriots. I don't think they.
The way
I
that
don't
you
even know
said
if they
that
have
sentence.
a Super Bowl win.
The way. Stop. The way that you said that sentence, Zod, is all kinds of incorrect. First of all, they only had one season where they were undefeated up until the Super Bowl, so they only did it one time. You can't say that they defeated the Patriots in undefeated seasons. That is incorrect.
First off, I'm a villain, and that's how I'm going to choose to remember it. Secondly, the point is we still defeated Tom Brady twice, where most teams can do it once.
Eli, the Manning brothers can beat Tom Brady. I haven't seen it when it's not that for like the Giants. Eh? Have you seen the Giants without Eli Manning beat Brady? No.
But I wouldn't even. I'm a fan of the Giants, and I wouldn't even put that on Eli. I'd say it was more Plexico Burrs, Ahmed Johnson.
Oh my God! You should probably stick to talking about comic books. Every time I hear you talk about football, you always seem to get way too many things wrong. And at least one British person here, she don't care about the football talk. She's like, this again? I mean, for a little bit, that's what happens in America, Bonnie. It just happens. It just happens. Like, it's football. I can't help myself. I'm in what is called depression season. Like, it'll be depression season until, technically July, but really it goes until September when the regular season starts. And then, boom, football season, depression over. And then I'm good to go again until February, and then it's depression season again. Like, depression season is a real bitch.
It might end early for PB if they just decide to get rid of Rodgers completely for the other guy.
The other guy, Jordan something, I don't remember his name, or something Jordan, I don't remember.
Oh, no, that was accurate, the other guy.
They didn't use him at all because...
They didn't use it.
They should have.
I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
They might have not lost.
Just going to bring me back to talking about Brett Favre and what happened in that entire situation, and nobody here gives a fuck about that. Hold on, let's ask a question real quick, and everyone in the chat can answer, and you two bastards can keep your fucking traps shut. Okay. Sounds good. Anyway, everyone in the chat, do you give a fuck about any of the football talk that we just did for the last 5 minutes? If you give a fuck, put 1. If you don't give a fuck, put any other number. I feel
I
like
always
that's
talk
simple
about
enough.
football at least once. You have to do that at least for PB's channel. It makes them happy.
I mean,
Ooh, I just passed a Hooters.
Jesus Christ. I mean, people don't want, I don't want to pass a Hooters. I want to pass Hooters. Like, not a Hooters. I want to pass Hooters. Like, why do I want to look at the building? I don't want to see the building. I want to see what's going on in the building. Right?
Yeah. Oh my
We got
God!
numbers
It's
coming
11
through.
o'clock. I am fucking late.
Oh, would you look at this? Oh my, what? So the one person that I thought didn't fucking care gives me a 1? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Everybody else is giving me numbers. Gary North says 55. Janie Davis says 679. Timon Flip said 999. Classic Glue Reviews is here. Hello, Classic Glue Reviews. He says 67. Jamie Vick says 275. Mr. CCDV, hello. Just seeing you for the first time. He said 42. Ray J said 55,555. Like, what the hell? Oh, I got another number 1. Justice for Depp said number 1. Rebecca said -1. And then
That one doesn't
Carmen
count if
said
it's a negative.
that I'm hungry, which she's not wrong.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. She's
Read
hungry.
the comment.
She,
comment?
Yeah,
What
it's
comment?
a comment. It's a
No,
good comment.
shut up, Zod.
Why?
This one, I feel like this is the comment that she meant. I meant Zod's argument, for fuck's sake. To the Packers, it's 5 a.m. and I agree. Oh, okay. That's fair enough. Like, yeah, I could talk about the Packers forever and a day, which, boom, Stargate reference. Anybody in the chat who gets that, thank you. Anyone who doesn't, you should watch Stargate, even though I know you're not going to, because there's way too many seasons, way too many minutes of television, and I understand it. I've only watched through it too many times to count, and I love it. I just can't help myself. There, I got the right comment. I'm not useless, which I was told not to call myself useless anymore, and I'm not, because I'm able to get the right comments on the screen, like a semi-professional, wouldn't you know? Unlike some people here on the far side of the screen. I feel like I want to do a different layout. What if we switch to this one? There we go. Now Zod's on the bottom. Much better. That's where he should be. I like it. Dude, that's what you get. That is what you get.
A villain has been marginalized.
Oh, Cherry K is here. What's up, Cherry? At least I think she just got here. KH is here, stalking YouTube channels on a Friday night, which I will take the stalking. Apparently, that's what people like to do to me, or at least some people. I know there's one person here that's trying to stalk me. Where is she? There she is. I knew I'd find a comment from her. They're all over the place. At least that's what she was doing in the last stream. Did you know that, Zod? Did you know that was happening in the last stream? We talk about this a little bit, since you don't pay attention at all. You have any idea what I'm talking about right now? Hello? Oh, I accidentally muted him? That's hilarious. Unmute machine. Unbelievable. Anytime now.
Is he
Come
coming?
on. I don't know.
Oh, well.
I don't know what the problem is. Like, I keep hitting the button, or does he keep hitting the button? Who fucking knows? Stop hitting the button, Zod. You son of a bitch. Unbelievable. Sitting here trying to ask you a question. Oh, he muted himself. Obviously, when, I go to ask him a question, he mutes himself. Unbelievable. Jesus. So you found the title of the episode. I don't know what that question is in reference to, Janie. Son of a bitch. I feel like it's in reference to the Stargate reference I had earlier, to Forever and a Day. Yes? Let's hope so. Let's keep scrolling down. Oh, geez. Rebecca says, hey, I just remember we need to punish PB for planning to watch the Snyder Cut and not skip over the nameless parts. I know. I had a whole conversation on Twitter about that last night with a bunch of people about the integrity of people wanting to watch the Snyder Cut and their reasons for it and not for it, obviously. And it was very eye-opening, very eye-opening. A lot of things that I was not expecting.
It's going to be the same, just with extra, paint on it. I always say it's a shit. You're just painting it green. So what makes a difference? It's not like the Lord of the Rings where it's like a delicious hot dog, and then the extended cut is when you put chili and cheese on that.
Ah. God, I wish these comments would scroll easier on my phone, because this is the one that I wanted to click on. I can slide back over. Okay. Is it on the screen? Pop up on the screen. There we go. Ray J's World. Is this during the Richard Dean Anderson seasons? Yes, it absolutely was during the Richard Dean Anderson seasons. It was, for those who are wondering, Forever and a Day is the episode that Shaw Ray is torturing Daniel Jackson, and he's essentially living in a dream world for forever in a day. I mean, what a great fucking name for an episode, right? Because time is relative. Just sitting here talking to myself now, even though I have two people on the stream with me.
Here.
Unbelievable.
I'm still here.
I mean, I think that you're still here. Like, stuff on the screen is moving, but for me to believe that you're here, I'd have to hear noises, and I don't hear shit.
I don't know how to get the noise to go through this.
I don't know how to. No, I mean from your voice.
I'll just breathe heavier. Oh, now I see a message from him that says BRB. Didn't see that at first.
Zod, I'm not looking in the private chat. I don't have time for that shit. Oh gosh. I feel like I've missed something. Janie Davis said, Bonnie B, you've seen me. I shout if I'm trying to tell the whole chat something. Did she shout something in the chat and I missed it? Because I feel like I did then.
I don't know.
I don't want to be that guy. Like, I'm trying not to miss anything. Like, Stone Cold Jeremy just got here, and I would have missed that if I didn't scroll through slowly. Because if the chat jumps, you never fucking know what happens, right? And he says, click on that real quick because, it's attacking Zod. Pop up on the screen. Why am I not surprised? I log in and hear PB being critical of Zod. It's not my fault that he makes it so fucking easy. That's not my fault. All I am doing is pointing out the reality of the situation. That's all. Like, is that me being critical? Yes. Yes, it is. Did it pop up on the screen? Please tell me it popped up on the screen. Or did I click on the wrong one? Did I click on the right one? Who knows? I clicked on
I
a
don't
comment
know.
from Carmen, and it says she's leaving, PB. Oh, son of a... Who's leaving? Janie's leaving because she said she could only stay for an hour. Oh, no. Son of a bitch. Bye, Janie. Did she already leave? I feel like she already left and I didn't say bye. Oh, God. You know, when you meant to do something and then you didn't do it, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, she'll watch it later and be like, he didn't forget. Because I know she says that she watches the streams again later, and I would hope that she's going to want to watch the second half of the stream or the end of the stream or whatever the hell you want to call the part that she didn't see. So
She's nicer than me.
hopefully she'll
I don't
watch it
rewatch
later.
streams unless I'm trying to help you guys with the algorithm, but I'm not really watching it so much as having it play in the background.
No, it's just playing. Right, it's just playing. You're not watching it. Just like now,
Besides
I'm going to
the
sound like
one
a
where I
giant
was looking for
narcissist
Zod's
right now.
exotic
You want to hear what a
anime
giant narcissist?
spirit.
You want to hear what a giant narcissist
Damn.
sounds like? It sounds like
Sure.
this. So, I was watching my own stream after the fact, because that's what a narcissist does. Come to find out, holy shit, did I miss all kinds of stuff in the chat? All over the place. I was like, oh, I missed that comment. I missed that comment. I missed that comment. I really wish I would have interacted with this and that and this and that. And now Classic Glue Reviews is telling me I should switch to slow chat. I don't think that is going to help me. I really don't. Like, the chat could be in slow mode and I am still going to have too much to say about each individual comment because I am a rambler and I feel like I'm unbelievably good at it. Am I not, Husky?
Yeah, you're pretty good at it. The only time I couldn't keep up with the chat was when I was raided on my very long stream at the end of December, beginning of it was near the beginning of January somewhere. Okay. I can't remember. I think it was the end of December. And that was the most people I ever had on my channel because I was rated by a channel that was over 60. And that was the only time I couldn't keep up with the chat. And I felt bad about it because usually either 3 to 4 people chat on my stream or no one's there. And I get lonely on my Twitch streams. Just talking to myself. Sometimes I get really quiet though when no one's like talking. A lot of times I do get quiet too though when I'm in a game I really like.
See, here's visible proof that I missed some comments that I would have liked to engage with. I feel like that's the best way to say it. Carmen says, yeah, you missed some of my comments, which, I mean, I know that not all of the comments are for me because people are having side conversations with themselves or they're saying, a one-off thing to somebody or saying bye to somebody. So I don't have to bring up every single comment, but I know that there were, a handful at least, if not several comments that I could have been like, oh man, I could have brought that up and I could have made a point off of it and we could have a little discussion about it or whatever. And I fucking missed it because either the chat jumped or I talked too long about something else or whatever. And apparently those are the perils of YouTube. Like, I don't know exactly how anybody who has hundreds, if not thousands, even tens of thousands, like people like Steven Crowder, when he's doing a live stream, his show, he's got 100,000 people watching. Like, how can you possibly see any of the comments in that chat, even if you have it on super slow mode, which doesn't exist? But how could you? You'd be like, yeah, I saw one comment. It said fuck you, Steven. And that's just because I know that it's there every time. I'd be like, okay, yeah. I knew that somebody said hi to me, and that was about it. And then the chat went crazy because there's, hundreds of people here, thousands of people here. So I don't know how people get to all their comments. I mean, I know that the bigger channels, once they get to that, they only put the super chats up on the screen. I don't see how, or I shouldn't say it that way. I don't believe that I am ever going to be that style of person. Obviously, once you make it to that point and people are sending you super chats, they paid for it. And if it's nothing untoward, you should put it on the screen. That is a courtesy to the person who is sharing their money with you, like they're paying for the entertainment or whatever. But I don't see how, especially all of the people that are here now, Bonnie, Carmen, Timon, Rebecca, Lemon Pie, all kinds of people in here. I know that I didn't say everybody's name, but I don't see how, if those people are still going to be here, and I don't see why they wouldn't be here in a year, 2 years, 3 years, because I don't plan on ever changing. I'm going to have the same fucking hot takes then as I do now. So that's going to be exactly the same. I don't plan on ever not putting the one-off comment that catches my attention upon the screen. Like, you say something that I feel needs to be addressed. You say something that I even want to address. It's going up on the screen, and I wish that other people would understand their humble beginnings, because as far as I know, we all started in the same place. Granted, I'm sure there are people out there that got brought onto someone's channel or platform, and they're like, oh, well, when I started, the channel already had 100,000 subs, and I was just thrown into it. Sure, okay, whatever. You're a weird circumstance. Typically, we all started at 0, and we just work our way up.
Yep.
I have no idea what any. See, the other problem that I have is that when I go on these rants, tirades, what else that you would want to call them, because it's not like I'm angry, upset, or anything. I'm just trying to make a point here. I have a hard time following the chat. Like, I'm looking at both devices because the one is the StreamYard and the other one is just the regular YouTube live stream. So I can look at the YouTube live stream and see everybody's comments that are coming in a timely fashion. But in order to get the comment up on the screen, you got to be able to finagle your device, whatever you're on. And I'm not on a computer right now because the computer that I have, for whatever reason, its operating system does not appreciate StreamYard. It doesn't fucking work with it. So I can't use the computer. I'm using the fucking cell phone. So I got multiple devices. And I'm trying to do the best that I can. And I just want everybody to come here and enjoy the time that they've spent. Like, obviously, right now, the stuff that I'm saying, I don't think is meant to elicit laughter, which is what I'm typically here to do. But every once in a while, you gotta give people the real. Granted, I'm never, being fake when I'm giving them the laughter, but I'm not being serious. Like, jokes aren't serious. You know what I mean?
Yep. And there's only like one. There's only one stream
the comment.
Where, yeah.
Go ahead.
There's only one stream that I've seen that they keep up with chat, and that's steel toe. They do a really good job with that, with how active their chat is. But you can tell they fall behind in their chat a lot because they try to read through all of them while everyone's going through them.
See, right before this, Bonnie B said I was the voice of the people, which I appreciate. And I have no problem being the voice for the people. But then you get a comment like this, where Ray J's World says, I hope you see my comment, PB, because I will say it again. Well, then you wait. You hope that I see it. I don't need to see it if you're going to say it again. And unfortunately, I'm not sure what comment you're talking about. So if you could say it again, please say it again, because I don't know what you mean. Or I don't know what comment you're talking about. Oh, the general is unmuted finally.
Oh, okay.
I can fucking hear you, guy.
That's what I do. I do say
I don't. Unbelievable. He has no idea that he's talking to us. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Zod. Jesus Christ. Okay, now I will mute him. Unbelievable. Like, really? He sat there for fucking 5 minutes. It was more than that. I don't fucking know how long it was. Keeping himself muted. And then he unmutes himself to talk in the background. So, Mr. Zod, whenever you're ready, you're going to have to go into the live chat and say that you're ready, because I muted you and I'm not looking at the private chat ever. So figure it out, villain. God damn. Unbelievable. Like, I better get a link to your stream so I can sit there on mute. Okay, Zod. Way to go, guy. Unbelievable. Gosh, I hope this is the comment that he was talking about. Ray J's World. The only way PB will watch the Snyder Cut is if Amber Heard has a nude scene in it.
Oh, it might now because he's just.
What?
It might now because
What?
Snyder's just doing anything to please the fans that are sucking him off. I'll be right back.
No. No. That will not get me to watch the scene. Like, the last time that I saw that fucking crazy ass goddamn bitch in real life. So, not a picture that's been touched up by some fucking Hollywood artist, or not in a film that's been touched up by somebody in some editing room. No, the last time that I saw her for real, she was in the courtroom. And it was some stream that I was watching on Stevie's channel. Gosh, that was like last August or last September or something like that. And
Does Zod keep popping in and out?
No, that was me. I hit the button twice accidentally.
Just fucking him. Oh, I thought you were just fucking with him.
Anyway,
No,
last
that
time
was my
I
boss.
shut up,
Sorry.
Zod. The last time that I seen her, she was in the courtroom, and I said, "Who the fuck is that?" And I don't remember if it was Stevie that answered me, if it was somebody in the comments that answered me. They said, "That's Amber Heard," and I was like, "Wait, that's Amber Heard?" They said, "Yeah, that's Amber Heard," and I was like, "Wait a second, that was the chick that was in Aquaman." They say, "Yep," and I was like, "Okay, then maybe she should lay off the crack pipe a little bit, because nothing that I'm seeing right here looks anything kind of attractive at all. Like, you're strung out, your fucking hair is all fucking ratty, like you just came from the toilet. What the fuck?" So
well, you know, I hear lying puts 20 years on you.
for the people in the chat that think that I simp on Amber Heard, you may have been right in 2018. Is that when the movie came out?
I don't know.
When did Aquaman come out, General?
2019.
Shit. 2019?
It came out in 2019?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
That's got to be right.
I mean, I can't look it up, but I'm sure a cybernetic dog could. Because we're both on our phones.
Maybe I could. Maybe I don't want to.
Way to go, Husky. Way to go.
I don't look it up. I'll look up stupid Aquaman 2.
He's like, look
Oh,
at this.
it's 2018. It came out at the end of the year. That's why I was thinking 2019.
Yeah, I mean, it's close enough. I don't buy into that.
No. Let's let the record show that these two putzes thought that I didn't know what I was talking about, and I was exactly correct.
I didn't say that. I never said that. I thought it was 2019 because that's when I watched the movie.
Okay, I know it's when you watched the movie, but it came out at fucking Christmas time.
Yeah, that's why I got the date wrong.
Anyway, so maybe then, not anymore. Like, I feel like people are allowed to change their minds. And we will continue on after I read this comment from Rebecca. She says, "Oh, PB, we are enjoying ourselves, aren't we? I know I am. Your voice is always so soothing." Why, thank you.
Mine's not. Mine's like nails on a chalkboard.
Lies. You've already gotten comments on your voice before, guy. I've been told.
I think that's a lie.
Oh man, I love it when a good comment makes me freaking chuckle. Body B says, "Because you don't understand CGI, PB." Duh. Yep, that's exactly right. That is exactly right. That's what it comes down to right there. Like, when you see somebody in a certain way, you go, "Oh, that's what they look like." And then you see them for real, and you go, "Oh." And then, and this is the kicker, everybody, you see their soul. And their soul is blacker than the sky on a moonless night.
Holy fuck, PB, that was deep. You emotionally moved me right there.
It's not my line. I stole it from Twin Peaks, guy. Aren't you a fan?
I know, but hearing your soothing voice say that, it was better than anyone could deliver on that show.
Husky, can you see the screen? See? I told you, and you did not believe me, you bastard. Bonnie B says, "Husky and his smooth as silkiness." That's not a real sentence, Bonnie. I'm sorry, but I'll have to editorialize. Husky is smooth as silk. I feel like that's better than what she tried to say. That's a very confusing sentence, and now I wish I wouldn't have read it. No, I don't. I don't actually feel sorry that I put the comment on the screen. Who would feel that way? How ridiculous. Like, these are the people that came to watch me. Why would I feel bad putting their comments on the screen? It's a joke. See, look at this stuff. Look at this stuff, Husky. Comment from Jamie Vick. "But Cyber doesn't say hello to me, even when I say I love his videos."
You know, the more you guys keep asking me to say hi, I just think I will never say hi ever again. That's the only reason why I stopped saying hello. Yes,
Whoa. Wait a second.
What?
You stopped saying hello because people asked you to say hello?
Yes.
I'm
You asked
getting
me to
like
do something too much,
vibes
I'm just
from
not
that.
going to do it now because it's just agitating everyone.
No, I'm getting the vibes like when you meet that girl, Brie Larson, who says, "Oh, I hate it when white males tell me to smile."
I'm still
I'm
going to
getting those
go.
vibes, Cyber.
If I ever meet Brie Larson in real life, I'm going to give her get her thing to sign an autograph for her biggest fan, Zod.
Hell yes.
God
Be like, can I get your autograph? She'd be like, who do I make it out to? And I'd be like, Mr. General Zod. She'd be like, are you? Did you take your meds today? And I'd be like, no, I didn't.
You know what? Whatever. I deal with this enough. I do not have some kind of obsession. I refuse to acknowledge that because it's not true.
Bonnie B
Wow,
says, it's
man, I see Maul
5:15
losing
a.m. His voice, dude. Yeah, I know that you were talking about his voice, but when I tried to read the comment, I stumbled over the words because either one of them was a typo or one of them was out of order, and my brain wasn't able to put them into the right order. And
Hey man,
now,
I'm just going to tell you, I don't want the check mark, but if I get that check mark, first person I'm tagging is her. Just to give you like a nice shout out, Zod.
you know what we're
they
doing now.
better not ever give me a check mark. If they give me a check mark, I will know
Nobody
that
cares
the
about your check mark, Zod. Shut up.
No. If they give me a check mark, I will know that whole system is bullshit. That's like giving We Got This Covered a check mark.
So even if you had like 1 million subs on the channel and you didn't have a check mark yet, and they decided, you know what,
Don't ask him a question. Do not ask him a question, because then he's going to fucking answer you. And this son of a bitch just said, no, like he's fucking in charge of something here. Oh, really? I don't think so. Yeah, you're a villain who's only in charge of your own mute button. You know what I can do, though? I can just mute you the F out of here. But I know you have at least one fan here, so I won't.
I agree with Carmen on this. I wholeheartedly agree with Carmen on this. You don't even need to read it. I wholeheartedly.
I was going to say that to her point, I think that we should let the fans decide. Do you not?
Okay.
And not just here, because not necessarily everybody is here that would be here. Like, we can do it here, but I was going to put a poll up on Twitter of who has the better voice. And I'll put all three options. I'll put myself, Cybernetic Husky, or can't decide.
I fucking hate you so much.
Oh man, I'm going to be, just so everyone who's listening right now, if you did not laugh at that joke, I am going to be just a little disappointed, because that is one of the best jokes that I have told in a long time, a very long time. Like, there was a
I'm not gonna lie, you baited me into that.
Oh my god, that was beautiful.
You baited me. I was happy. I got my little E ready to go, and then all of a sudden, you just fucking crushed my soul. And I'm not gonna hate the game or the player. That was beautiful, BB. You truly crushed a villain.
Okay, well, I'm just glad I'm reading a couple more comments. We're not arguing about voices in the chat, and that is exactly why the poll is my voice, his voice, can't decide.
I mean, I
Because
shouldn't be in this
I
because
already
I
won the
have a
poll
bad
between me
voice.
and Zod. I already won that poll. We don't need to rehash that. That's not a
No,
competition.
no,
I
fuck
don't
you. You didn't
understand.
win that poll. I wasn't
Yes, I
tagged
did.
into that poll. I couldn't
You
even
don't-
vote for myself.
You
Okay,
don't-
so if Zod,
You're right,
if
neither
PB
did I.
tags me in this poll, if I retweet it or anything, there's going to be like 3 people that follow me and don't follow PB that would vote for me. That I know would probably vote for, or not even vote for me. They'd probably vote against me because they'd be like, ha ha ha. Yeah. Go along with
Nope.
think it's a part of a fucking joke. You know? Yeah.
First off, Cyber, I just want to say
I'm
everybody
glad
loves
the
you.
chat appreciated my joke.
Secondly, PB, you son of a bitch. You didn't even tag. This was a super secret poll I had no knowledge of. And I woke up and it's this like, oh, this poll's up. And I go, oh, let me see who's in this poll. And you had this poll against me versus you. And I'm like, this son of a bitch. This shit was from like when I was asleep.
He could have put me in that
It was
poll and I
for
would have gotten more
24
numbers
hours,
than
guy.
you.
It's not like I made a 15-minute poll and was like, hey, I got to get this out there and let people vote on it before Zod shows up. Close the polls down.
I'm feeling like this was rigged. I want to recount.
So I must have misread the comment before because Ray J's World said, I said you will not want to see the Snyder Cut if Amber Heard has a nude scene. You see the nude scene, you will turn off the movie, then cancel your HBO Max subscription. Stumble over the last word. Jesus Christ. Subscription. I would
why
not be
can't-
able to cancel my subscription because I don't have one. So you're entirely correct, except for the part that I'm not able to actually do.
I'd like to answer this
They
one.
got other good stuff on there, man. They're getting all the DC shows on there. At least watch those. You can
And
watch
Cartoon
those after
Network and
you get
Adult
that.
Swim and Crunchyroll. And
Yeah, you just got to get that. You got to watch those good DC shows so you can get that sour taste of the Snyder Cut out of your mouth.
But I would like to retort to that question with Ray J. I would not see the Snyder Cut not because of Amber Heard, but solely because Ray Fisher and Ezra Miller, the best Flash and Cyborg supposedly of all time. But because they didn't have 1 to 2 minute scenes that would have put so much context into their story, they didn't need a whole movie. They apparently only needed 5-minute scenes to make a whole entire character make sense, because that's the world we live in with our Lord and Savior, Zack Snyder. If he gives a character 5 minutes, you fucking know his whole entire backstory. Good going, Zach. And let me ask you another question while I'm on this tangent, Zach. Why the fuck are people robbing a bank during a zombie apocalypse? I'm not going to buy your bullshit, Zach. I'm not seeing the army of the undead. Fuck you, Zach. Fuck you.
You know who the best Cyborg is?
The dude who plays in Doom Patrol?
And I was going to say, I can't. I might butcher his first name. It's like Kari Payton from the 2003 Teen Titans show. That good one. That one that was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I totally
He's
can
my
get
favorite.
behind.
He's my favorite one. He's my favorite one.
Yeah,
Man, I like Cyborg because of that guy. That guy was like. That was my first introduction to Cyborg.
Teen Titans or Teen Titan Go. We're talking the original Teen Titans.
He plays the voice in Teen Titans Go though too. So
I can't say I can't.
It's the same cast from that too. It's the same cast from that, but
I hate the animation.
Ms. Zod.
Cyborg, and it was the best one.
I got a comment for you. Rebecca says, Mr. Zod, we need your villain powers to stop PB from watching the Snyder Cut. He's being a naughty PB.
I mean, I can try. I can't guarantee anything. Look, here's the thing. PB has made these videos, and I completely understand where PB is coming from, where he has debunked. He has debunked. Oh, Jamie Vick. That's probably true. He has debunked.
Is it up there now? Oh, it came back up?
Yeah.
Is it on the screen?
No.
Okay.
No, I can see it. And
it's not showing up on my screen. It's showing up on this screen, but not the other one. Go ahead, and then I'll read it.
But yeah,
or are you done?
Here's the thing. No. PB has had these ridiculous Snyder people come after him. If you check out our Prophets of Geek Culture, where he's done videos on this, these people have attacked him for much. They are holding this as the crown jewel. Like, this is the movie that fixed everything that was wrong with Batman versus Superman, Man of Steel, and the Snyderverse in general.
No, they don't think anything's wrong with those two movies, though. They just think it's all
the
wrong.
Hardcore fans. Now, these people have jumped on the bandwagon because Snyder gave the fans what they want. It was really AT&T. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that they've been hailing this
I love that you did that just now, making Jamie Vick's point. Beautiful. Continue.
I said that before too. I said that before too with the AT&T shit. That's the first thing I said when we heard that announcement. I'm like, oh, you know what? Why is it? I'm like, oh, you know who just bought them? AT&T. The furrow merger and stuff finally happened and it went through. And as soon as that happened, it was fucking greenlit.
Yeah,
it's almost
so
like
they shouldn't be thinking Zack Snyder. They should be thinking AT&T. Because without them, doing that buyout, there would not be a Justice League right now. The supposed Snyder cut that was sitting there, but it was 154, and they just added some minutes onto it. It was already done. Bullshit. You guys are lying to me. I don't believe you. I don't believe anything that comes out of Zack Snyder's mouth. He's just as bad as the Russo brothers when they're talking about movies.
Okay. I'm going to read this comment from Jamie Vick so, continue to ignore the chat. Zod, you couldn't beat PB on a voice competition because when things don't go your way, your voice goes up 3 octaves that only dogs can hear.
I mean,
yes, it does.
That's fair.
Can confirm.
I'm not even angry about that. That happens. I'm doing a sad face.
And then Ray J's World says, Mr. Zod, sorry I took my kids to see Teen Titans Go to the movies and they loved it.
Hey, there was Stan Lee in there, so.
Like I said to you on my show, I'm a weird anti-SJW. I don't think that it's weird to be anti-SJW. Social justice isn't justice. How about we just try and get justice?
No, I remember the conversation. And look, it's not that Teen Titans was Teen Titans Go was SJW. It's just I don't like the art style. Personally,
it's not SJW at all.
No. I don't.
Do you like the art style in Man of Steel?
No, Bonnie B. I loved Man of Steel until we got to the worst part of the entire movie when Kal-El says, I've got to save these people, even though I let everybody in the immediate area die during our big final battle. And then all of a sudden, 2 people are huddling in the corner. Just two. I mean, in the comparisons, he let a fuck of a lot more people die while buildings were blowing up and shit was falling all around. But this one family huddled in the corner. He's like, fuck that. Zod has gone too far. I've got to break his neck. Why, Zach? Why? It wasn't the buildings falling around. It wasn't him throwing him through skyscrapers. No, it was one family huddled in the corner while I was about to do the laser beams. And then he goes, no, you've gone too far, Zod. I've got to break this fucker's neck.
Jamie Vick, you were exactly correct. He didn't get fully upset that time. I think he only went up like 2 octaves. Like this guy here. Unbelievable. Like somebody comes at you and is like, guy, maybe if you want to, let people enjoy your voice, because that's what they're going to do when they're just looking at your hat icon. You need to be able to use your voice in the appropriate manner. Can you talk like me? No, you can't. But you're not the right type of villain, are you? You're just a villain that likes to fly off the handle. That's a Kryptonian joke right there, because they fly.
I need anger management.
Right. Anger management is what you need. Like, the chat seems to think that you're sad. Are you sad, Zod? Carmen says, oh, Mr. Zod is sad. And Rebecca said that, if it pops up, Jamie Vick, oh, you hurt our villain. I think it's supposed to be you, not your. I mean, Rebecca, I would be inclined to agree with you, but Earth, now, that's where we are as far as I know. Earth has a yellow sun, so he's fine. Right?
I mean, that's fair enough. It does have a yellow sun.
Oh, shit, Zod. There you go. Bonnie B says, Man of Steel was the last one I bothered. It was good, but Zod, you are right about that. So she agrees with your point.
Oh, Bonnie
She likes the movie, but she agrees with your point.
Thank you. I've been saying this, and everybody's arguing. But Man of Steel, Zack Snyder did great in Man of Steel. Wasn't Man of Steel so great? I mean, I understand.
He
Batman
let Paul
versus
Kent die in a tornado.
Let's focus on the bigger fact too, Cyber, that it was Kevin fucking Costner. He let Kevin Costner die in a tornado. There should be some kind of law against that. Zod never killed Kevin Costner. Did Zod kill Kevin Costner? Did Zod say, "Oh,
No,
I have superpowers"?
He should die of a heart attack, like he's supposed to, because he can't save him when he has a fucking heart attack.
He's like, oh, you know what? I know there's this tornado, and supposedly I'm the strongest Kryptonian in the world. I'm fucking surviving an oil tanker with a burnt up shirt and coming out all muscular, but I can't save my father from a little tornado. He kind of flew in there real quick, like grabbed him up before he got messed up. But no, he was like, I love you, Dad. And he just let the mortal run towards the tornado to save the people. Good job, Clark. Good job. Who's really the villain? That's all I got to say. Who's really the
villain? The villain is General Zod, because Jamie Vick says, Rebecca, I'm sorry, but I studied music for years and almost had my eardrums torn the hell up when I was least expecting it. So she needs you to keep the octaves down, guy. Like, talk in a lower register. Can you do your best impersonation of James Earl Jones?
Well, I don't know, Mr. PB, but
Okay, never mind. I take it back. I take it back. That was no. And then we got this comment from Ray J's World, which I'm going to flash up on the screen. And Ray J, I apologize. I'm not going to read it because of how the comment ends. And it's going to set me off. It's going to set off some people in the chat. And it's late at night. And I don't need the stress in my life right now. And that is the only thing that piece of fucking garbage does. So I'm sorry for not reading your comment. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's not the only worst part about that movie. Finn was going to die heroic death, and all of a sudden they're like, no.
Oh, whoa. Don't bring my Rose
I don't
Tico
understand
into
this comment, though. Stop. Bonnie B says, my comments make no senses anymore. Yeah, that's because it's 6 in the morning in England. My comments don't make sense at 6 in the morning either because they're gibberish. Like, your comments make more sense than my comments make at 6 in the morning. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. I have all kinds of comments at 6 in the morning, and none of them. What? Did you just cut me off? What? I'm asking what now? What did you say?
Can you bring up Wildcard's comment? Because it was great.
I gotta scroll down to it. The first one?
Yep.
All right. Wildcard says he could have gone fast enough so no one could see.
Hold on, I'm going on.
I know. There's all kinds of problems in the tornado scene.
Yes. Thank you. You're telling me that someone would have the eye capacity to see a blur in Smallville. They called Clark in Smallville the blue blur. Do you want to know why they called him the blue blur? Because in Smallville, when he was doing his running shit, all he looked like was a blur that ran in the crowd, saved someone, and then fucked off.
I mean, how is it that you can watch that entire show, and you probably watched that entire show more than once, and you can get his name or title, I guess, so close to correct and still have it wrong because you skipped a word, because his name was the Red Blue Blur.
Thank you, PB. I was going to correct him.
Oh, don't be doing that, Husky. That is my job. I correct Zod.
Oh yeah, that's why I always waiting on you now. Unless it's something that really agitates me.
I was letting him finish his comment because it was a good comment. But it would be nice if he could remember all of the facts.
I mean,
you see how when you yell, you're not supposed to raise your register way louder. You just yell louder. You can keep your register the same, just louder. That's how you're supposed to do it. Crikey, man.
Well, I had
crikey, man.
If I had your baritone, then I couldn't do this. Well, hello everybody. Thank you for coming to the show.
Well, hello everybody. Thank you for coming to the show. You just gotta have more skills, Zod. What the fuck? Like, really? You don't think I can go up to that octave?
Why does Zod sound like Herbert the pervert?
That's what I'm saying. He sounds nothing like it.
Okay. No, I can't do Herbert. I can only do Towley. Don't forget to bring a towel. That's it. That's my best voice. Although the woman's not here right now, so I could do Sean Connery. Everybody likes Sean Connery, right? Although you can never say the word sit properly because when Sean Connery talks, you add the letter H to the letter S all the time. So it doesn't work out when you say sit. You must sit on the sofa. That's how you're supposed to say it. That's how you do a Sean Connery accent. It's Bond. James Bond.
Rescue you guys, I'm getting ham. I'm gonna tell you right now, that bastard cat keeps on talking about me. I'm gonna kick that son of a bitch in the nuts.
No. No.
Respect my authority.
Okay, that was a little better because it's a lot easier to do voices of characters when you're using, what do I want to say, explicit lines from them. But it's much more difficult to do a character when you're just talking in your normal voice. And then you just go about it regularly. Right, Zod? It's not every day that you get to talk with Sean Connery.
Well, if I wanted to, I could just go back to my roots. This son of a bitch is trying to say that I don't know how to talk like an Irishman. Of course, I know how to
You
talk
sound more
an
like a
Irishman.
Canadian right now.
Right? You're Canadian Irish.
No,
What
Canadian
is
is more like, hey guys, okay,
No,
hey, what's up with it?
I've heard
Okay?
Irish accents. That's not an
Dude,
Irish accent.
like, wait a second. The guy who came from New York is going to tell two people who lived in Minnesota and Wisconsin their whole life what Canada sounds like? You're from New York City. All you know what people sound like is what butter in their hair sounds like. Are you kidding me right now? You don't know what Canadians sound like when they go oot and boot.
Fucking forget about it.
Exactly. You can do that one to a T. And that's about it. Hello, Sandy Brown. Welcome.
This
And
guy here,
hello,
this guy
KH.
here is
Did
pissing me
KH
off
just get
with
here
his-
too?
Yes, KH just came here. Heard Canada and came here. I don't
guess.
know if we can connect anything with that. Like, hold on, there's some fuckery going on around here.
Zod, can you read this comment from Witchy One?
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Okay, and now that you've done it, I'm going to do it, and the chat will decide who did better. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
And let's
That's
see.
it. Okay. Hold on. Number 1 for me, number 2 for Zod. Whoever did that line as Cartman better. Now, if you just want to vote number 1 because, you like the host better, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. And if you want to vote number 1 just because you want to hate on Zod, I'm not going to tell you you're in the wrong. See, Zod, you won. You won.
Oh my god, I'd like to thank the Academy for this. Oh my god, I don't know what to say. Beautiful.
I mean, it was relatively close, but adding them up, I'm pretty sure that there are more 2s than 1s there. So you were finally able to beat me in a poll. How does that make you feel?
Horny.
I'll take it.
Don't worry, everybody. I muted him because I asked him how it made him feel. And
You son of a bitch.
we'll do it again because he's trying to say stuff. That's how the mute button works? Wait a second. I don't have total control over the mute button in StreamYard?
No, because I'm a villain.
That is ridiculous, StreamYard. Sort it out. Yes, Jamie Vick, I know that there were people voting twice, but it still seems like Zod was able to pull it out. Like, we are in America. People vote twice all the time, don't they? Oh, wait. Oh, shit. We're going to get taken down. by YouTube because we said something about election integrity, blah, 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 whatever.
You know what? At this point, I'm just, and PB, I don't know if you feel the same way I feel. Maybe it's just me being a villain, but I feel like at this point we should just become anarchists because it's become clear that none of the shit matters, apparently.
I thought, didn't we talk about that in a previous stream on my channel? I swear to God, it was the first one. Well, not the first one that I did, but the first one that we did. I swear to God that we brought up anarchy. And I said, you know, anarchy is a tool that is used by people that want to usurp power. And that is it. Anarchy does not lead to anything positive ever. At no point did it lead to anything positive. Any revolution in any country at any point was not anarchy. Anarchy is everybody just going around doing whatever they want, whenever they want. So I cannot get on board with anarchy. It is worse than fascism, socialism, and communism. And communism has killed who knows how many people since World War II. I mean, gosh, it's killed, I think, 50 million people in Russia alone. Just imagine how many people it's killed around the globe, but it would be far more if there was global anarchy. Like, if you think that 7.5 billion people are too many on the planet, let's all be anarchists. There will very rapidly be 2 billion people or less.
Hey, Carmen has a great point here. I don't know if you read that, but this isn't the first time I heard this comment.
This comment, right? Right there it is.
Zod's the wife, by the way.
Says, talking about Zod and I, oh my God, you guys are husband and wife. Yeah, Zod is my bitch.
That's what I was saying. Zod's the
I
wife.
would totally, I would disagree with that. I would say, I'm the first villain to use a.
No. Here's how we're going to do it. One, if PB's a husband.
He
two,
said that he was the
wife.
first villain, something, and then I hit the mute button on his ass.
Okay, comments. One, if PB's a husband, and two, if Zod's a wife. This is a lose-lose scenario for Zod, by the way.
Oh, did you hear that, Zod?
I hate you both.
Number one, if I'm the husband. Number two, if you're the wife.
Rebecca says,
I'll put it up. I'll put it up.
Okay. Go ahead. Because you put it up. You're the host.
Oh.
Go ahead and read the comment.
I am. Well, you started reading it. I assumed you were just going to continue reading it, which is why I said I'll put it up. But Rebecca says, if I was in power, I would decree PB Day and Zod Villain Day and a Husky Day.
I totally back that.
Okay. I want my day to be on, and this is going to be strange, February 29th. A once every 4-year celebration so that you can save up your pennies and really fucking party hard. Right?
I mean, that's a fair point.
So I'm going to explain this comment. Witchy One says 666 666. Witchy One says 666 to every question that is ever asked when I want a number. I was like, hey, if you think this, say 1. If you think this, say 2, 666. If you think this, say 1. If you think this, say 2, 666. At least Witchy One is consistent. You get points for consistency, Witchy One. I will give you that.
And I'm just going to count that as a win for me.
Lemon Pie says,
How's that
and
a
there
win
are
for you,
zero
Zod?
typos in this. 0 typos. Guaranteed. Lemon Pie says, Zod is hysterical. She has the vapors to calm PB.
There's probably some truth in there.
Oh, that's funny shit. Oh. Carmen said, I'm sorry, Zod. What I meant to say is that you guys sound like husband and wife. Yeah, Zod does sound like a bitchy wife. I agree. Wait a second. I feel like Ray J's World is saying why I wouldn't read off his previous comment. Like, I didn't read the previous comment because I don't want to get worked up and all triggered over what the second half. Did I not explain why I didn't read the comment? I thought that I did. Did I not? Like, okay, I guess
Ray
I was
J,
too.
you brought up
Go ahead.
you brought up a sensitive subject.
Okay, I will try and talk about it without talking about it too long and without getting overly angry. I didn't want to read the comment because I didn't want to talk about the fucking cold pile of trash. And I say cold pile of trash because a warm or burning pile of trash at minimum can still keep hobos warm. Therefore, it does have some use. So the cold pile of trash that is The Last Jedi. I don't want to fucking talk about that goddamn movie unless I absolutely fucking have to, which is why I didn't want to read the second half of that comment. But you got me to fucking say it anyway, didn't you, Ray J? You son of a bitch.
I'll give you credit. Guys, if you don't know, me and PB have been in many discussions, many conversations, many rages, but the greatest rage of all time, the greatest PB rant of all time came when we had to explain details about The Last Jedi. That was when I first knew
Details.
that pop culture PB was my spirit animal, because the way he ranted, it was poetry. That's all I can say. As much as I've ever ranted, listening to PB just rail on The Last Jedi was true poetry. I don't think I've ever had a greater rant presented from any YouTuber, and I'll say any YouTuber. I'm talking to you, Jeremy. Any of the YouTubers that have their fake rants, PB had such passion for his hatred. It was amazing. It was a sight to behold.
PB has a great passion for his hatred. All of his hatred.
The problem with a lot of people that hate that movie is they did not hate it while they were watching it. They did not hate it when they stood up in the theater. They didn't hate it when they walk out. And you brought him up first. He is the gold standard of, oh, I guess I hate it now because other people are telling me that I hate it, which is the strangest fucking thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. How is it that you can sit there and talk about anything and somebody else hears you talking about it and they're like, oh, well, you're saying that you like it, but it sounds like you don't. Okay, well, then why would you say, yeah, I like the Star Wars movie, but, and then you only have negative things to say? Or you said, oh, it was a Star Wars movie, so it was good, which is why I don't understand. If you don't know how you feel about it, dummies, which he is one, apparently, maybe, just maybe, don't put your thoughts onto the internet about it so that you have to recant them completely and delete the video off of the internet. And then when people go, well, where's the video? You got to go, well, it didn't really fit my brand, so I took it down. Well, what the fuck is your brand? Well, because my brand is honesty. Like, it don't take much to be fucking honest. All I have to do is hit record and talk. All I have to do is hit go live and talk. It is not a hard fucking job at all. In fact, sitting here tonight, we started at 8 o'clock on Zods, and then we started here at 10:30. So there's a half an hour in between. So it's almost 4 hours of streaming. It almost seems like not work at all when you don't have to worry about what you're going to say because you need it to fit in with your brand. You can like things and hate things because, oh, here's a big surprise. You're a goddamn human. Like, you're allowed to like one thing and not like another. I mean, what is the most recent big budget movie that I saw? Wonder Woman 1984. So I watched it and I liked it. Did I absolutely love it? No, I don't think it was as good as the first one. But did I think it was this massive dumpster fire that has no redeeming qualities and is just full of wokeness? And I don't know how you can sit through that movie because it just has problems all over the place. And the CG is terrible, and the music is bad, and the costumes are horrible. And I went, I don't think you watched the movie, motherfucker. I think you heard somebody else rail about it, formed an opinion, and then maybe you turned it on and walked in the room, walked out of the room, in the room, out of the room.
Discord messaged
you
BB my rants while I was watching the movie of what pissed me the fuck off. And it was nothing to do with any politics and stuff. It's just how they fucked up some of the characters, especially the villains.
Right, like, and oh no, I don't have the same opinion as Husky. What are we going to do? Oh, well, we could just sit here and we could talk about it. But did I go out, make a video about it, and then go, oh, well, I've talked to some people and my channel is really more about telling you the things that I hate. And that was a video where I was telling you that I loved it. So yeah, you're never going to be able to see that video again because it doesn't fit in with what I do. Well,
to go with what
maybe
BB was
you
saying.
should change what you fucking do then and stop being a goddamn fucko.
I know. Here's something that's great, and we joked about it and made fun of it. Is that they all hated Disney Star Wars because of The Last Jedi, and I've told you guys this before. When I first saw that movie, left a dry taste in my mouth, and I kept trying to look up why people hated it and liked it. Found a few people who are film editors that pointed out why it, was bad because of the pacing, and I'm like, I do feel like that movie dragged on. That's probably why it gave me a dry taste in my mouth. And, today I say I don't like it, but then everyone else is like, hate this. Then they hated, what else was it? Solo. I never watched Solo. I didn't really care for the idea of not Harrison Ford and not Billy D. Williams.
But there's a pansexual robot.
Shut up. No, shut up. I have to go on this little rant before I say it. And they didn't like that. The Rise of Skywalker was obviously garbage. I mean, I was watching that. I'm like, this is dumb. And then they all hated that. Mandalorian started. They still didn't like Mandalorian. And then I was like, you know what? I'm regaining my faith in some of the Star Wars. Jon Favreau's doing good. PB thought the same thing. So did Zod. That's why we started the Mandalorian talks. So we kept talking. And then on the last Mandalorian talks, which was before Zod started sparking up, we were joking how all these people that just hated the Mandalorian liked it because they gave Luke Skywalker an awesome scene. Sorry if that spoiled the Mandalorian, but we joked about that. There was all these people that hated it until that season finale.
Yeah, and it pisses
Disney.
me off.
They're evil.
And that pisses me off. Now I'm about to go on a rant. That pisses me off because all of you motherfuckers, we came on every fucking episode and we had RK Rage posts and the rest of them. Oh, I don't like this because of EU. They didn't do this in the EU. You know what? Fuck the EU. Even George Lucas says it's not part of his universe, so get over it. Secondly, now all of a sudden, you same people think that you have the right to say, oh, what happened to Gina Carano was terrible. We always loved that. Let's go back to some of your videos. I believe there were certain people who put out videos, and I quote that said, I feel like Gina Carano's character is SJW-like because she just comes in and beats the holy hell out of Mando, and he's a Mandalorian. How could this happen? It isn't because they explained her backstory very clear about being a former stormtrooper and that they established that she was part of the old regime and not only a stormtrooper, but a shock trooper. No, that was never explained and people bitched about it. Now, all of a sudden, let's skip to this season and everything that happened. The same people are all now going, Gina Carano is fired. Disney is evil. Oh my God, how could they do this? Excuse me. If I remember correctly, the only people on YouTube at that time who were defending that episode were me, Pop Culture PB, and Cybernetic Husky. And possibly there might have been other people, some other smaller channels.
I thought you were going to say possibly Perp. I don't remember if he was there.
Perp's all over the place. Perp, I can't take Perp seriously when he said I fell asleep during The Boys and I don't like it. So I can't take his critiques after that. But anyways,
I'm gonna ask that question next when you're done.
So I mean, it really pisses me off that now, and this has been my problem to let you guys in. This is the disagreements we had with certain set group was that we didn't understand how it seems like the idea is to fight the SJW, right? Think tank, like everyone has to have an opinion. But yet, when I go across multiple channels who are supposedly the big people of this hashtag, they all seem to put out the same exact video
with the same exact tagline, with the same exact thing. Maybe worded differently. Maybe there's a cool different intro, but
Well, this is
all of your fucking talking points, and I'm saying talking points, are the same.
why
I
I
wrong?
keep saying as our group, our unofficial theme song is Critical Acclaim. One thing, couple lines in there is don't count me any part of your generous hypocrisy collecting enemies. And then a part of the main chorus, it says, I've had enough. It's time for something real. Don't respect the word you're speaking. Gone too far. A clone. I've brought this song up multiple times when we talk about this shit.
I mean, yeah.
That's why I posted that song like when we started Prophets of Geek Culture almost a year ago, because that's what it was feeling like.
Like, okay, I don't know if anybody here has ever watched, I'll say the actual name so they know who I'm talking about channel-wise, RK Outpost. But he got added to the Geeks and Gamers team. And this is some time ago. Shit, it's probably like a year ago already, maybe more. I don't fucking remember. It doesn't really matter. So when he got added because he is a EU aficionado. So that's what they wanted. That's what they fucking got. Whatever. So I was like, being a Star Wars fan, I didn't really know anything about the EU, and I was semi-interested from having some Norwegian conversations. Anyway, I went to his channel, and I'm watching a video, and it's him and 2-3 other people, and they're just talking about some fucking book or whatever. And I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting, you know, whatever. Sitting there watching, and they get to the end, and he went last because he was the host. He asked the question to everybody else, and I was like, okay, those are good host duties. Good, everything's good. And he said, oh, well, you took my answer, so I'm not going to say my favorite. I don't remember what the hell it was. It doesn't matter. I'm going to say my second favorite. And I was like, I literally whipped my head sitting here watching YouTube, and I was like, wait, what? Why can't you tell me your favorite? Because if your favorite is the same as his, and all of your reasons are exactly the same, you are a fucking robot.
Clone.
So how about you just tell me your favorite being the same as his, but you give me your reasons? Because there's no way, if you're a real human being, that your reasons are going to be the same as anybody else's. Some of them might be, but there's no way all of them will be. So just because somebody else gave the same answer, as far as, okay, original trilogy, I say my favorite is Empire Strikes Back, and Husky says his favorite is Empire Strikes Back, I will guarantee you our reasons are not the same. We might have 1, 2, or 10 that are the same,
quick.
but we might have
You
10
tell me
that are
and I'll
different.
tell you mine. Because I like one reason why you like it. Empire. Say it. Say one.
Oh, because the bad guy wins.
Okay, that's a good one. But you know why I like it? And this goes back to me being little, and it's similar to why I like episode 3. Those fucking AT-ATs. I love that shit. That's cool.
Ooh,
and all
ooh, okay.
fucking shit.
Hold on now. I'm going to read this comment off the screen, and then Ray J has another comment that I have to jump to because it was going to make the point that I was going to make off of this. So Ray J said he was part of the fandom menace before The Last Jedi, which is very impressive because I didn't even know it existed then, and I wish I would have been a part of it then, and I would have been ahead of the curve. And then Ray J says, where's the next comment here? Right here, right here. This was the point that I was going to make. RK Outpost is just an angry guy, that's all. So, in this live stream that I'm watching, there was exactly 0 rage. Do you think that he was being himself then? Or is he being himself now? Because I would guess that he's being himself then, but then he wasn't getting nearly as many clicks as he gets now when he just flies off the handle at every fucking thing. Like, you cannot go to that channel and find a positive video. It doesn't happen. Whereas you can go to my channel and you can find all kinds of positive videos. Or you can find a video where I've watched a trailer and said 5 things positive and 5 things negative inside of one video where I went, oh yeah, I like that, but I didn't like this. I like this, but I didn't like this. And it's all about the same fucking thing. I don't understand why it's so difficult for people to be genuine here. I don't get it. And I know that that group of people, if they follow the leader, and by that I mean the cues that he gives, and I've heard him say it out loud before. Oh yeah, you definitely have to, ham it up a little bit, for the camera or for the audience. So I'm going to ask one question. I got 15 people watching right now, which is excellent for me being in the middle of the night, and we don't have any hashtags or anything to talk about or anything like that. So there was no specific thing that was drawing people in. I would like to ask everybody who is interacting in the chat right now, do you think at any point in my 2 years of doing YouTube, or in the time that you have been watching me, that I have been anything less than completely genuine? If you think that I've been genuine, put 1. If you think that I have not been genuine, put 2. And if Witchy One is still here, put 666. Because I know you're going to.
Like, you should learn the audience, right? Put 999, flip it around on it. That's the thing, though.
Ooh, Evelyn Arnaud. Welcome. I'm just seeing you for the first time. I'm sorry I didn't say welcome earlier.
Technically, we should all kind of be like Mr. Rogers, where what you see is what you get.
Oh, good night, Rebecca. Thank you for coming.
Well, that's how genuine I'm saying we should be. Is what you see is what you get. We don't fake anything for the camera. We don't increase more of it. If there's something nice we have to say about it, there's something nice we say about it. I'll say one nice thing about The Last Jedi, and it's pretty much one of the only good things is the VFX and the sound effects. I can't, and then John Williams soundtrack, because that guy can't screw up.
I mean, let me just say this. Let me give you an example. When I got the news that my uncle passed, I came on camera and I talked to you guys from the heart. I wanted to do what we had to do. I wanted to laugh and I wanted to smile, but as a fucking human being, as a person who exists outside in the world, I was unable to have that emotion. I couldn't say, well, PB, I just heard this news, but fuck it, we got a show to do. So let's laugh and joke and play around. And inverse, if I'm feeling good, if I'm having a good time, like we had a hilarious stream today, or like the one we're having right now where we're laughing and bullshitting and ripping on each other, then my natural response is to be natural, because when we're talking like, you might go over to someone's house and have a pleasant conversation, maybe a cup of tea, shout out to people in England who do that, or, maybe you'll have some kind of dessert or breakfast or whatever the case may be that you like.
And that's the feel that we've always tried to go for. And what I really hate is when somebody says, because of the clicks, you have to do this.
You gotta put this in your title. You have to talk about this today. If you're not gonna do it now, just don't do it, because it's not worth you doing it. And I was like, okay, but I want to put it out. Like, people are going to enjoy watching this video regardless of how many of them enjoy it. Like, okay, I'm not going to have 5,000 people watch the video. I'm going to have 50 watch the video. And I'm only going to have 15 likes. But
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily here for that. Yeah, I appreciate them, but I'm not here going, oh man, this video didn't get as many views as the previous one. Granted, I never finished my March Madness bracket tournament because holy shit, is that a lot of fucking work, especially when you don't have the technology to make it happen. You have no idea how long it took me to make just one of those. Like, I was running the polls for months ahead of time, and I thought, oh, no problem, I'll be able to slap these together. And then it took me a week to make one.
Yeah. And here's the other thing with like being, genuine and stuff. Sometimes you need to step away if like something like a family tragedy happens. Some people will always constantly grind it, but sometimes if you have to step away. Back in 2019, November 2019, my grandma went to a hospital and she had a slow death. We're just waiting for her to pretty much die at the end. It was about a week, and she passed, and I don't think I was on Zod's Phantom Zone for about a month then. I mean, I did that publicly, but I kept telling you guys that, like, having to DM PB, because that was before I was in the chat, the Phantom Zone chat, and, it was a tough time. There's also sometimes other IRL things happen, and I go through the stream and you guys don't know it, but these two will know it after stream or before stream. Because I'm not really a complete open book, but if it's something that really physically affects me, like my grandma's death did back in 2019, I will say that, so then oh, he's not posting or anything. Now I know why.
Right. I mean, that happens to everybody, which is why I don't have a set schedule on YouTube for anything. I don't have these are the days videos come out. This is the time they come out. These are the days we're doing streams. This is the time they start. No, it's essentially winging all of it exclusively for everyone's enjoyment. For everyone that's watching, I hope that they're enjoying their time. They said they were earlier. I don't know why they wouldn't be now. And I am also enjoying my time here, talking with my friends and all of my friends in the chat. Like, they're here interacting with us. Would you not agree that it's much better having an entire group of people here to have the conversation instead of just us?
Yeah, we've done this, and that's the thing that makes me upset about the mentality of that other group. It was like when I was brought into that group, and that was kind of when we first started talking, and
Dude,
me and PB started interacting.
There's no point to fucking hold back anymore, but if you want to, you can. I'm not.
Well, when the Phantom Menace first invited us, and I was let in, I was like, wow, and how it was pitched, okay, guys, how this was pitched was, we are going to rise together. We're going to forget the fucking subs, and we're going to push each other, and we're going to come up together. And then something weird started happening, folks. Something weird started happening. This one started talking to a bigger one, this one right here. And then this one started talking to this one. And something weird started happening. We, as a group, and I conferred. Remember, we had these conversations, pop culture, and we were like, how come is it every time we have a stream, we seem to be getting these people who are streaming at our times? This, if you guys don't know, that's why that was another reason why we did a late night stream, was because it was the only time we can go live, and there wouldn't be.
We decided that we would take the initiative to not step on everyone else's toes that were streaming in the prime time hours. And when you have 55 people in a Twitter group chat, and only 4 of them aren't on YouTube? Maybe less.
Like mods.
I don't fucking remember. It was a lot. Like, they're all YouTubers, and gosh, I think all of them stream. I don't know if any of them didn't stream. You're like, oh, well, this is the time that these people do this one, this time these people do this one, and, we're all trying to work together, so I don't want to do a stream at the same time as them. So we were like, oh, well, nobody's really streaming at, 1 Eastern time, 12 Central, so we'll do it then. So that's what we started doing. And then all of a sudden, some people started stepping on our toes, and we're like, are you not in the same group as us? Like, do you not know that we're doing this? We literally were doing it, not last year, but the year before. And I bet nobody here knows this right now. We used to do the show 7 nights a week.
Yeah, 7 every night. Without fail at midnight.
2 months, 3 months straight?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, there might have been a day here and a day there where we were like, oh, something came up, we can't do the stream, blah, blah, blah. And then, we didn't or whatever, but very rarely, because we wanted to get out there and do exactly what we're doing right now. But apparently, we were in the wrong group of people. Who knew? Who knew? I didn't know. I thought that everybody over there, everybody, was genuine. When apparently it's more like 50-50. And by that, I mean, this person thinks that you think that they like you, and they just, they want to hang out, have a good time, come on the stream, talk about this and that. When in reality, you were the 4th, 5th, 6th person that they finally got a hold of because they couldn't get anybody else on their show, and they got to fill up the panel slots, and, you were actually excited to be on the show. And they were like, yeah, I just needed somebody. Oh, so you're a user. Oh, fucking A. That answers all of my questions. Thank you very much. And then you get ostracized from the group, right? For what you have no idea for. And you go, hey, don't know what happened. Could you kind of ask somebody what happened? And they say to you, oh, well, the person that you called out probably blocked you. And I was like, no. I already talked to her. I talked to her for quite a while. There was many messages back and forth. We're good. That is not the problem. She did not block me. It's some other fucko in the group that blocked me because they didn't want me to have my own opinion on somebody saying something. Oh, no. And then you get the response of, oh, well, it's a headache and I don't want to deal with it. Oh, okay, because if I was the person in charge, of a group of people, because you say that you are, you tell everybody that you are, you would think that you would want to resolve the issues instead of just being like, oh, well, we used you for what we needed you for, so you can fuck off. I was like, okay, more than happy to. You already didn't notice my best furry friend here. Oh, fuck, I probably shouldn't say furry friend. My best cybernetic friend here left a week ago. Not a single fucking person said anything. He didn't get kicked out. No. He decided to just leave because ain't nobody say anything ever. So he left. And then, you know what happens when people leave? There's always 3, 4, 5, 10 fucking people that go, oh man, why did that person leave? And then somebody has the answer because, you got those personal relationships on the side where one person knows more than the other. Okay, well, I was the personal relationship on the side. And he goes, hey, let me know what people in the chat say since you're still there. I was like, you got it. 12 hours later, I said, nobody said a fucking word. They didn't even notice you left, guy. Fucking
Only had
sad.
one person. I won't name because I don't want it. They can keep it private. Only one person asked me.
And you know what's funny about this whole story as we're going through this and we're telling you about the hypocrisy going on? Well, when I appeared on the awesome Stone Loki's channel, and then first I reached out to Purple Valkyrie, and they were nice enough to friend me, and I had a wonderful interview. Some of you guys may have seen that. And then they invited me to their 1,000 stream celebration, which I was like, wow, I just did an interview and this is like really cool. And so they invited me, and then I talked to Stone Loki, and he liked how I conducted myself on the panel. So he DM'd me and he's like, yeah, come on the morning show. And things started happening. You know what happened? Funny thing happened now. I get DMs. And you know who I get DMs from? I get DMs from the same people, not but maybe a year ago, I was the most meanest person. Oh, yeah. I've gotten these DMs from people who said, like, you're a hashtag fan of Menace now, bro. Welcome aboard. And I go, oh, thank you. So now that I'm at 1,000, now that I'm on your guys' level now that I've graced the thousands club, right? All of you people now see that I have an audience, see that PB has an audience, see that Cyber's a part of this. And now all of you same motherfuckers who outcasted us, who exiled us, who said terrible shit about us, now you want me to bring you to my wonderful station with my wonderful group of people, and you want to talk and promote your channel so that you can get them aboard. That to me pisses me off more than anything, because it just confirms what you just said, Mr. Pop Culture PB, that everything that was said, it was never about teamwork. It's like, oh, they made it on their own. They built themselves up. And let me tell you something, folks. And Jamie Vick was so awesome because she stuck with us. Gary North stuck with us. Nico stuck with us. But there was a time where I was once at 300. And then all of a sudden, when this happened, I lost 100 people, and I lost 100 subscribers in one day. PB, you just go look at your numbers, guy. What happened?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's going on? And I was like, oh, I know what happened. You hosted. That's what happened. Because if the roles were reversed and I was hosting like I am now and you were the guest, I assume I would have been the one that was attacked more widely than you were.
Oh, yeah. They really...
They're not smart people.
I got to tell you, folks, they took the General Zod thing
quite literally, and I was painted as this villain. And the rumors were, Jeremy put them in his place, and did you see them get ripped apart in their argument? And I'm like, all I heard.
Oh yeah,
Are
that
you
was
fucking
about a
serious?
year
All
ago.
I heard
Yeah,
was
pretty
someone
close.
ramble in circles about the same thing. And then here's the kicker, folks. If you want the behind the scenes, behind the curtain, afterwards was pleasant to us while stabbing us in the back.
Right? Like I've oh man, like to get off the street. Like we had the whole thing. Come on, then we're all confrontational, blah blah blah. And yeah, the numbers exploded at the time because everybody was showing up to watch Jeremy put us in our place. And I was just sitting here stewing because I was like, I know it's not going to happen to me. I don't know about anybody else because I'm not here to hold anybody else's water because that's not what we do here. We stand by our friends. We don't have to stand up for our friends. Like Zod has his own voice. Husky, even though he don't use it very often, has his own voice. I don't have to stand up for them. But you know what I do? I stand beside them. I'll be like, yep, I'm right here, guy. I'm right here, guy. I ain't going nowhere because we didn't do nothing wrong.
Jamie Vick says, I remember that day you guys asked me if I was leaving for a bigger channel.
Really? I don't remember posing that question.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. I don't remember much of what came after because
A lot of it was a blur. I will tell you, a lot of it was a fucking blur. The thing I remember was I was up late at night, and it was so late, it made it April 2nd. I started talking to PB. I'm like, hey, we should create our own channel. Yeah, we kept up with it at the beginning, and yes, we have slowed down with it now because I'm not like holding a gun to everyone's head, like, you have to post this and keep up with it. I'm like, you got the time, you need to do something, do it. If it takes up, we'll put more attention to it because I'm not forcing it down their throats and they're not forcing it down my throats to keep up videos. It's supposed to be like a fun side project, and that's why we got Prophets of Geek Culture. It's supposed to be fun where we all talk our minds in our own way. Yes, there's a lot of things we agree with on because that's going to happen. There's a lot of things we disagree on. Right. And here's the other thing. This family right here, I in my time of being on all these media presence, I gotta stop this. I'm gonna go serious. This is how serious I'm getting. I've found two families I have. My oldest one is this family right here, from the Geek Prophets. You guys in the chat, you're the one that's been with me, and more recent one of my Twitch family. I'll say it's most of it's the Steel Toe community from Corey Adam comedy side.
Oops.
From Corey Adams' side, and they've all been nice to me. They haven't done anything bad, and they are nice. And I'm going to tell you, out of anyone, any show, any podcast, they are the biggest fucking assholes. I can say that. They are the biggest fucking assholes. If you listen to their radio streams, they are better at doing politics than all the people that started shoving that in their videos and stuff last year because of no movies and games and stuff. But, they've ranted about it every once in a while, and I usually brush it off or just ignore it. I'll say that because, I don't like that, talking about that much. But it's also because they make fun of both sides. These guys are, they can be the nicest. They're nice guys. They're nice people. The community is a very great community. And They all seem genuine, and like if something bad happens to you, it seems like like if you get shit, there is a type of people that like they might take a bullet for you. I don't think that's guaranteed, but that's how good of people they are over there. They
Right.
helped me get they with you guys near the end and a bit of me. They helped me get the once I got affiliated and stuff. I got rated from after Corey Adam was done with his show on my all day stream. They got me to a 426 level 5 hype train, which is something on Twitch. And so far, this has been my only one. That's okay. But they did that, give that all these subs, and still they will come in. If he's not live yet, they will come in because our streams clash, mine and Corey Adams, just because that's how things work out sometimes. That's why I keep trying to do an afternoon show so people can enjoy it. But and then I have my schedules to get with that, but they're all good people. They are all very, very good people. And I'll probably keep saying that about them.
And can we just bring up that comment from Jamie Vick? Because I do very much remember that response. I felt like Jamie Vick has always given me that. You know.
I would say maybe until I started getting a little more traction and I saw I got more people talking, from algorithm or through other Discords. My first 3 fans. First, it was PB because he was the only one that would watch my videos with gaming. Then I started doing my shorts, and then I found Shu, and that was through. These I found Shu. Shu would come to my videos and he'd comment. Jamie Vick would start coming on my videos and comment. Would like him. There's another guy who was in the same community that Shu was. His name, you see, he's a different name on my channel, but I'll call him Give, and he comments on my stuff. Then I got another guy who's in the chat. His name's like Gabriel. He had even a comment on my questions video, and we call him Werewolf because he's a metal guy and he likes that shit. And then he's comment. Those people like Werewolf and like Jim, and then I got Demonetize, who we got to schedule something because he wanted to do a collab video on my thing, and that's when I started finding a lot more people on mine. Yes, I'm still small and it's still slow, but you guys gave me this past year. I got a lot of motivation to keep doing YouTube, and PB could tell you the countless times where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna quit.
Yep. Not gonna happen, guy.
You
never finished the playthrough of Pokemon Shield, you son of a bitch.
Man, that game. I'll make you a promise. I will save my money. Buy that.
Can you hold on? Did
you hear the recent Pokemon news? No, did you hear the recent Pokemon news? Because I'm going to mention it. There's a Legend of Arceus game.
I know that they had the Pokemon Direct today, and I've been in media blackout mode.
Yes, I will play one of those
games.
I
wanted to say goodbye to Carmen because she's leaving. She has to work early tomorrow. Good night, Carmen.
Okay, so I'll tell you, there was one of those games without telling you it because you don't want to know. I will play one of them. You'll figure out which one it is. I might play the other one too. Yes, they.
Yeah, I heard there's. I know that there's 2 games.
There's 2. Actually, there's 3.
What?
One. I'm not so interested in, but there's 3 that I know of. 2 that were on trending. The third one is.
Oh my god! I am so glad that I don't use Twitter the right way.
I just follow the Nintendo topics, so
I don't follow anything. Well, I mean, I don't follow any topics or like professionals, I guess, per se.
This shit makes up for that shitty Nintendo Direct. I'm gonna tell you some of the things they announced.
No, from what the from the PokeTubers that I watch, the way I understand it, They did that shit on purpose. They're like, we are going to intentionally have a shit Nintendo Direct to lower your expectations so that when we do this,
Nintendo subverted our expectations better than Ryan Johnson.
right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh my gosh. Like I've heard, because I was watching Ruffled Rowlett's stream that he was doing before the Nintendo Direct started, and then I couldn't stay up any longer. I was like, nope, stayed up. It's almost 8 in the fucking morning. I can't do it anymore. And I fell asleep. And from
Bye,
what they were
Carmen.
talking
That's
about,
my name.
oh my God. Like, if she's even here anymore, you'd be lucky.
She said,
Like,
"Good night,
unbelievable.
TV. Bye, Zod. Bye, Husky."
I know,
So
that was a minute
Yeah.
ago.
It's a without spoiling anything. There is a good like handful of fan service in the Pokemon one.
Ray J, from what I understand, Cybernetic Husky is not a huge Pokemon guy. He just was playing the game. You're not a huge Pokemon fan, are you?
I don't think I'm as big as PB, but I've always loved Pokemon.
Charizard
Okay.
for life, bitches.
I just got drained out of Sword and Shield because it was really, really fucking
Lame?
boring. Yes. Like the open world bits, yeah, that's cool, but the whole game was an open
No, the-
world, and I could
Right.
move the
The
camera
whole
everywhere.
thing isn't open world, and the problem with the open world is, well, I mean, the problem with the whole game, it's not immersive because of pop-in. Like, the pop-in in that game is so fucking terrible that you know that it can't possibly be real. And that's a huge issue for me. Like, you want to be engrossed. Okay, so the old Pokemon games that weren't 3D, that's what I call it. So the first 5 generations when you were just a sprite walking around, and then you had sprite-based battles. People went, oh, well, that's not realistic. And I said, wait a second. It's not meant to be realistic. It's a facsimile, and you are supposed to fill in the details in the sense of when you see a solid picture go up on the screen. Like, there's a solid picture of your favorite Zod, Charizard, right?
Absolutely.
The
My
thing about
homie Charizard.
You see, hold on, let me finish. You got a solid picture on the screen. You don't think the picture is doing the battling. At least I didn't. Anytime I was playing any of those old games and you're in a battle scenario and you're looking at a picture, what I saw in my mind was the anime. So I took what was on the screen. I was like, okay, I'm throwing out a Charizard. It's going against a Venusaur. What does that look like in the anime? Boom. I can put that mental image into my brain, and immediately I'm engrossed in the battle. Whereas now that it's fully 3D, it is the most ridiculous looking thing that I've ever seen, because it's literally just 2 to 4 Pokemon, because they don't got triple battles anymore. That's a Gen 5 thing only, but whatever. 2 to 4 Pokemon that are literally just standing there waiting to get hit by a giant fucking fireball, and then as it's coming, they don't move at all. Not one fucking bit. They're like, you know what? That looks real dangerous. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do exactly nothing. And I went, how the fuck is this? This is what I was supposed to be picturing in my head for 15, 16, 17 years? This is what I was supposed to be picturing since 1998? Because it's not. This is fucking shit. Yeah, they look cool that they're in 3D, but my God, that's what battling in the game looks like now? It still blows my mind that people are like, oh, 3D, this is great. And I was like, this is boring. This is incredibly fucking boring. It might look nice because you like 3D graphics, but it is incredibly boring to watch a full 3D figure with a arena around him in the new games just stand there and take a punch to the face.
Can I tell?
Like,
can I say
I'm gonna
why
keep my
I
hands
hate
at
the
my
game
side.
now?
Come and punch me. Go ahead.
Because I'm going to tell you, I played the Omega Ruby remake, which was 3D, like that. I played Sun and Moon, love that. Now, what am I going to say about this? Oh, how the character in the Gen 7, there's a character, his name's Hal. And the theory is that, oh, he's the actual main character, and you're the rival in it because, you know, he loses to you and he picks the weaker one in the thing. And it makes it, but here's the thing, you can figure out why he's like that. He's a very chilled, laid back dude. He's very cool. It's like, man, I'd be friends with him if he was a real guy, right? Makes sense why he's not
Right.
always winning. Now they have the character Hop. This character, Hop in the new game, his brother is the current champion.
Undefeated.
Undefeated, current champion. And he's
You know what that makes him? That makes him the Bill Goldberg of Galar.
Yeah. And he wants to be just like his brother in battle and stuff. So what does he do? Well, you pick your Pokemon first, all right? You pick your Pokemon, and then he chooses a weak one. Like, how? But it's like, okay. And then he's like doing all these things, like trying to be the best, and he just can't be because he's written to be just shit. And it's kind of annoying and tedious. 2, I haven't got to this part. I don't think I've read any spoilers on it. I've pieced it together. There's a chairman who oversees all the gyms. I'm going to tell you right now, he's evil.
Well, I'm just going to say
I'm not done yet. I'm not fucking done yet. You thought I was fucking done. No. Then there's a thing and a mechanic they introduced in this called Dynamax battles. What you can do is you can make your Pokemon this giant Pokemon, very powerful, only lasts 3 moves. What they didn't tell you is how easily exploitable that is.
Easily.
I wait till I use my Pokemon normally until it gets to that battle at the end. I sacrifice my rest of my Pokemon to that Pokemon. You know, the ones that are even use like items and stuff. There, I grab the one that's opposite, and once it shrinks, Dynamax that one and attack it with that, and I win.
I know.
That is the most abused mechanic. It's not like Mega Evolve, which actually had a way to use it.
No, the Mega Evolution was smart because it would make it take up the hold item slot, and it lasted the entire battle.
Yeah, and you could only use that on one Pokemon. Then Gen 7 had Z crystals. Those weren't a bad idea either. You get a special move for your Pokemon, but you can only use it once, which was pretty balanced. So your enemy could use it at any time to just fuck up your day, and you could use it any time to fuck up your enemy's day. Not really so exploitable unless you're using the final move to fucking smash them.
Motherfuckers just walking around, slamming doors while you're trying to talk. Unbelievable.
I also believe the other thing with the Z crystals is you either have your Pokemon hold the Z crystal or an item that you really want your Pokemon to use. It's been a while since I played Sun and Moon. But once again, very well balanced planning and idea. Any Pokemon can be Dynamaxed. Only in the gym, though. Which is why I
Right.
said be abused.
You
Or
can.
in one of
Well,
those like
hold
public
on.
events.
Don't forget about the fact that there's one gym where you can't because it doesn't have a power spot there. Jesus.
There is? I don't know if I got
Yeah,
there.
you didn't make it there yet, guy. It's the, I believe, second to last one. I don't remember the name of the city. It's where Marnie is from.
I don't know, man. That's why I gave up on the game. That's how boring it got. And the thing that sucks is you got these overworld parts. Oh yeah, but to get to the next city or gym, you got to go through all these linear fucking parts.
Oh, bye, Evelyn.
So I have to go through these maze linear parts that I can't even turn my camera 360 degrees around in. Get to the next area, but then I have these open fields where I can get to some areas, but it's just annoying. I also believe they gave the bike to you way too early in that game.
Oh, yeah, but don't you have to wait a while before you can take it over water?
I didn't know you could do that fucking shit. I just went around water.
Oh my God, guy.
I told you I quit on this. Pretty much, I'm a little bit.
The bike was one of the ways for them to work around not having HMs anymore, so that you could put stuff on the other side of water, and then once the bike can go over water, you can get to the stuff on the other side.
I liked what they did for Gen 7 for replacement for HMs. It was a lot more the little call card. I forgot what it was.
I get it. Yeah, it was the ride Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. The ride
I
decks.
liked the way that it worked in theory. I don't like the way that type of stuff pulls me out of the immersion, because there's no way that there is all over the place these random Tauros, these random Charizard, that type of shit don't make sense. And that is what I liked about HMs, is that you possess the Pokemon that has the HM. Obviously, the things that didn't make sense with the HMs was, oh, Pidgey, use fly and take me across the fucking region. A Pidgey can't lift up a person, but it can in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's logical inconsistencies.
I mean, there's
not as much as physically seeing the logical inconsistency of where the fuck did this random Pokemon come from? It just popped up out of nowhere.
There is a logical thing in Sword and Shield for like the flying thing, which I didn't get to, which is their taxi service. It's like Crowback something. I had one of his
Corviknight.
Corviknight, yeah. See, so Ben, and that guy's big, but it explains that's a taxi service. Call it, but they could have said it's kind of like a taxi service in Sun and Moon. But I still like that more than. I mean, I missed the bike in Sun and Moon, but then I was like missing like running around on a Tauros, and then being able to use like the shark for. Well, you got that later in Sun and Moon, but using the shark for like the ocean, because that was fun to like just speed boost in the ocean and speed boost on land.
Good night, lemon pie. Go back into the freezer and stay cool.
There's a technique my buddy showed me, because there's this little spot in Sun and Moon though. Like, because I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm hatching eggs. So when I got to that point, I started hatching a few eggs, so me and my brother could trade a few Pokemon. That's why, because I got technically both the copies of Sun and Moon. I had Sun, he had Moon, but I only gave him that so then we could trade,
Yep.
And then we did eggs and we did trading, and you went to this little spot and you did a sprint with Tauros, and then you just pretty much go around and around and around until it hatched. It take a while, but that was one of those like fun game exploits, not like the shitty exploit of the Dynamax.
No, like I thought that the Dynamax was gonna be cool because I thought they were all gonna be Gigantamax. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a little form change and a boost, and then they said, oh, it only lasts 3 turns, and I went, wait, what? Why would it only last 3 turns? Why wouldn't it last until that Pokemon fainted or the battle was over, like an actual time? Like there's unlimited power. It's underneath the stadium in the ground. That's what makes it happen. What determines 3 fucking turns? That don't make any fucking sense. Like you just randomly pick 3 turns, and then I hear, oh, but you can Dynamax everything, and I was like, wait, what do you mean you Dynamax everything? I was like, I thought it was Gigantamax, and they're like, no,
No, I originally
Gigantamax is different. Those are the cool ones, but everything can Dynamax to keep it even. And I was like, wait a second. You didn't give a Mega Evolution to every Pokemon. Like, there's no Mega Caterpie. There's no
there needed
Mega
there needed to
Squirtle.
be
There's a Mega Blastoise. There's not a Mega Squirtle. Like, what the fuck? But you can Dynamax a Squirtle. You can Dynamax anything. It's fucking ridiculous. I
thing
don't
is,
understand it.
when I originally watched it, I originally heard the word Dynamax first because I thought that was a better name than Gigantamax, which is a way better name than Gigantamax. I still think Gigantamax is a stupid name.
I mean, I liked both names because they seem to denote exactly what they did. Like, you're taking what you are, you're making it gigantic to the maximum. Gigantamax. I mean, to me, it made perfect sense.
Yeah, I
But
like the word
I will
Dynamax,
agree
though.
with you that Dynamax sounds better. I agree with that. But I don't know, man. I agree with your rant on all of it because why in the hell wouldn't you just go back to Mega Evolution?
But
Why
until
the
I
hell not?
watched
You
those,
already have the gimmick of the open world. Like, how many gimmicks do you need in your new game? I don't know.
This is
I
like
have
the
no idea.
This is like the shitty one that's going to be bridging the generations, and that's how it'll probably always be seen. It's about as entertaining as the UK itself, or at least what every British person tells me from there. They there are a lot of people that just say it's boring there,
I
but they live
mean,
there.
it
But it's like,
depends on where you are and what you're watching and what you like to watch or what you like to do.
yeah,
Because
But
yeah,
it's
I
like-
mean, if you like the ocean, the UK is probably really great for you. If you don't like the ocean, like you got to stay towards the middle of the country, and I don't know, maybe the middle of the country is super boring. I've never been there before. Every time that I watch Top Gear, they don't make it look boring.
oh man, no,
Well,
they
the
don't.
old Top Gear, the new Top Gear is
The one with
It's a
the
show.
people who are now a part of the Grand, who now have the show, the Grand Tour.
right. The Grand Tour guys, those guys, original.
Watch, I'm
Top
gonna
Gear.
take a grand tour out of here. I'll see you all later.
Finally.
But I tell you, until I saw those Pokemon things today, the last game I was excited about was Sun and Moon.
I mean,
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you later. Good night, Mr. Pop Culture PB. Good night, Mr. Cybernetic Husky. And
see you later, General.
And as far as Pokemon goes, I'm gonna say this.
Oh, God.
Either you die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
But they became
I
the
don't know
hero
what the
again if
fuck
you
that
watch the
has to
stuff
do
today.
with- Right?
Yeah.
Like-
Anyways, one of the things I really want to see with Pokemon, I know they've done a U.S. location before, but hear me out. North Shore of Minnesota through the North Shore of Wisconsin, kind of that area, you could do it. with the Lake Superior bit right there, because I want to see if Pokemon has a fun Pokemon explanation for why Lake Superior, has like all the dangerous waves and the gales of November.
Okay.
So they're, yeah.
Yep.
Don't you think they would have like a cool, interesting reason, like either legendary Pokemon or a bunch of angry Gyarados or like something? So I keep thinking, like, they could do that so well. Why the waves and stuff get so nasty up there? And so,
Oh, that
I
would
have
be
a
great.
Pokemon reason. I want a good, fun Pokemon reason for that.
That'd be great. I mean, I don't want to like talk about it overtly now because I feel like I'll say something and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, they have that now," and I'll be like, "Whoa, really?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you better not be playing like crap now that I've put you full screen.
All my interesting stuff is done, though. I'm trying to find fucking 3 bats because I need to do this hunting challenge.
You're trying to find 3 bats on a horse.
Yeah. That's a Karagor.
I have no idea what you're playing.
Shadow of Mordor.
Yep, not as good as Pokemon. No, the only thing that I heard the guys that I were watching earlier, which was earlier, fuck, it was yesterday, never mind, was Ruffle Rowlet, and he had his friend on who's Mudkip Memo. And I was like, these are good Pokemon names for channels. Anyway, the only thing they kept on saying over and over and over was they looked at the leaks and it is real. And I was like, okay. I can understand your sentiment. I can understand your excitement. And then they said the key word that I've been waiting for since I believe 2010. It's better than Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I went, oh, really now? And this is you saying it? And I know where at least Ruffle Rowlet stands on that. I didn't know so much where his friends stood, but I assume that they were of relatively close opinions because he was saying the same thing. And I was like, oh, man, because that's my favorite game of all time that I ever played because I'm a Gen 1er. Technically, I'm a Gen 2er because I was like, yep, Gen 2 was the best ever. It wasn't. Like, it just seemed like the best ever because you got 2 regions. Anyway, Heart Gold, Soul Silver was the best game ever because it is easily the best remake. It incorporated everything that they had up to that point into one game, except that they took out the event to get Arceus at the Sinjo ruins. And this entire time that I've been sitting here talking about Pokemon and the game specifically, I've been wondering if everybody in the chat thinks that I'm speaking Greek. As far as I know, only Ray J is the one who is into Pokemon nearly as much as me. I see that wild card says Squirtle Squirtle, so a Gen 1er.
Well,
but, I mean, Gen 1ers,
I've
they
told you
don't,
this.
like, Gen 1er didn't have the physical special split. Like, you didn't get that until Gen 4. That, like, I am stuck in some weird Gen 4 reality. Like, I didn't ever get a 3DS, so I never played any of the games yet well, I played them a little bit with my nephew's Switch and his 3DS, but I never had my own to, like, go through the whole story. I've never played through any of the games that have the fairy type because that was introduced in Gen 6. I stopped at Gen 5. I was like, I got a DS. I got another DS. Got all kinds of games for that. So I got all of these cartridges. I got all of I got Emerald. I got frickin' Leaf Green. I got all this stuff. But, You know, I dropped off before Gen 3 because I was pissed off that none of my Generation 1 and Generation 2 stuff was going to be able to transfer because of the way that Game Boy Advance games are coded. And I was like, oh, really? Well, then guess what, Ruby and Sapphire? You can take this middle finger and shove it right up your region. Fuckers.
See, I didn't play anything from 3 until 7. Well, technically the 3 remake and then 7.
Okay.
Because well, when I was little, I asked for a DS. I should have specified to my family at the time I wanted it for Pokemon games. I got a PSP. I loved that and played that. But that's why I didn't play like Diamond and Pearl and all those at all.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh, I'm
it's
going back
all right.
and I'm reading some stuff in the chat. I need to catch up with these comments in the chat because these are good comments. Hold on here. Hold on here. Where did I want to go? Right. Here's where I wanted to start. Wildcard said, I'm done with remakes. The new Charmed killed it for me. I feel like we disagree there, Wildcard, because for whatever reason, I like the new Charmed. I like it a lot, but I didn't really watch the old one. All I know is that when I started watching the new one, in season 1, at the beginning of the season, there was all kinds of woke bullshit. And I was like, oh my God, if this continues, I don't think I can watch this fucking show. And it was interesting. And I was like, oh, I can't. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. And it was essentially along the lines of somebody would like go on a fucking tirade, and then you would have this one off the cuff comment that was, yeah, but a woman could. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? I was like, we were just having a real serious moment of character to character, and then you throw that fucking jab in there? Why? Okay, whatever. But as season 1 went along, less and less and less. Season 2 start, there were hardly any. And by the end of season 2, I don't know if I saw any of the woke elements that I remember from season 1. I don't think it. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not paying close enough attention. I feel like I am, because if I wasn't paying close attention to that show, I would miss something, because there are a lot of non-auditory cues, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you need to see what is happening.
I meant to ask you, what rumors did you hear about the Pokemon?
Oh, okay. Let me read this. Wildcard also said, my husband's kids play on their phones. Now, that could be Pokemon Go, or it could be ROM hacks. I don't know. They're both fun in their own way. I mean, a ROM hack is just playing the actual game, but Pokemon Go it's a weird version of Pokemon. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. The rumors that I heard was that the entire, what is it? Oh God, it's the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and they are completely open world, like the what do I want to say? Like the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. It's exactly like that everywhere, but it looks way fucking better. These are the only. That's the only rumor that I heard.
Somewhat. You got some mixed information there, and that's what I'm going to tell you. And you're going to get it organized once you watch it.
Ooh, so all I need to do is watch the Nintendo Direct or Pokemon Direct or whatever the fuck they're calling it.
Yep.
Okay. How long is it? Like, is it a 5-minute one or a 20-minute one?
Well, I think it was like. Let's take a look. Let me look. Is it still in the trending?
Oh, box? Margot's from Scotland.
It is 20
That's
minutes
awesome.
and 26 seconds, and the two of the trailers are like one's 2
Okay.
minutes and 11 seconds and one's 1 minute 32 seconds. So probably the stuff is like they talk about the game a little bit in the direct.
I know how
Yeah, so
the directs work.
So yeah, you'll see it and you'll see which ones are doing it. And
Okay,
you let me know what you think of it.
I will.
Because
And then,
there's
hold
one
on,
of
let me-
them that I really want when I saw it because it's gorgeous.
Shalana Barber said, "It's okay, Ray J." Yeah, we know it's super late and people are falling asleep because of how late it is, except for Margot, because I'm guessing that she woke up and came to the stream. That's what I'm guessing because she's in Scotland, whereas Bonnie came to the stream and then went to bed, and she's in England. So apparently that's a difference between England and Scotland. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Who
England,
knows?
Scotland's basically north and south.
I know where they are physically, guy. Are you shitting me? Like, I know basic fucking geography. Yeah, and Wales is to the west. I get it. I know where they are. I was talking the way that the people are. Like, the Scottish people get up early, the English people stay up late. I don't fucking know if that's true at all. I was just making shit up. But Wildcard also says, I don't think they should have called it Charmed. I mean, if they didn't call it Charmed, would as many people have watched the show as did? Because I don't know if I would have watched the show. I don't know what they would have called it. I don't know if they could have came up with some catchy name to get a bunch of people to show up. But I know when it said Charmed, the wife said, "Oh, we should check that out," because she obviously watched all of the original Charmed. And I was like, "Oh, you mean that Alyssa Milano show? Yeah, she was hot on that show. I didn't watch the fucking show. Are you kidding me? No. But do I watch it now? Yes. Am I entertained by it? Very much so. Who's the best character on the show? The man. Hilarious. But whatever. He's my favorite character. Fucking love Harry. He's the white lighter. People that watch Charm know what that means. People that don't watch Charm, I don't know how to describe what a white lighter is because I'm not an expert. I've never watched the original show. I probably know what it is if I did, but I didn't. And I can't go through it right now because it's almost 1:30 in the morning U.S. Central Time. Fucking hell, man. You know what that means? We've almost been going for 3 hours.
Yep.
And Margot says the new Charmed is nothing on the original. That's probably true. I can't sit here and I can't argue against it. I can't be like, nah, man, this new Charmed, it's heads and tails against any old Charmed. If we're talking the start of Charmed when it was the original 3 or the end of Charmed when they brought in the other sister, no way, man. This new Charmed is where it's at. No, I can't. I couldn't fucking do that because I have no point of reference at all. So you could very well be right. And I'm not going to be the person to sit here on the internet and be like, no, my show is better than yours because I didn't watch your show. Whereas I assume that you watched my show and you're like, nope, this is shit compared to mine. At least I'm guessing that's what happened. Oh, don't jump on me, chat. You son of a bitch. Where'd it go? Where did it go? There we go. Let's go on to the next comment. Shalana Barber says, I wonder if I should write a story about Tom Henson going back to the chapel. Am I supposed to know who that is? I assume that's somebody from Charmed. I have no idea who that is. You didn't watch Charmed, did you?
I told you I watched Buffy when I was very young.
Uh-huh.
Because it was kind of technically on the TV with my mom. Yeah, it's the same goes with that one.
Ah.
So I know it was around. Barely remember it.
Ah, here we go. See, Wildcard is the expert on Charmed. Says, I watched it 20 times before Netflix took it off for the new one. Oh, well, why? They can't put both of them on there? Like, you search Charmed, you can quite clearly see that the new one has a black chick for one of the sisters. Clearly. Like, there was no black chick in the trio in the first show anywhere. Like, all four of them in that trio. Yeah, it's like the Three Stooges. All six.
I think
Three
there was a
Stooges.
black chick that was a villain. Unless I'm thinking some other show.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The people in it, the people.
All the
Wild
early
Card would
2000s
know.
is a
Wild Card would know.
The early 2000s was a fucking fever dream, man. Like I watched this whole thing of like late 90s, early 2000s ads, and I'm like, I repressed all these ads until this moment, and I wish I never clicked that video and watched it all the way through. Like, I remember these. They're so fucking weird.
The only things I remember from the late 90s, gosh, that's a short frickin' list right there. Professional wrestling was still hot at its peak. Not anymore. Like, you have an idea how many people used to watch it back then? Like, both companies had higher ratings by themselves than all of the companies combined right now. Even before COVID. Like, it's not even fucking close to compare any era of wrestling to wrestling from about, 96 to 99. I feel like that is the actual golden age of wrestling. I mean, anybody can disagree. I'm just looking at the numbers exclusively. Shalana says, I love watching all the sisters on there in the original Charmed. I also loved watching Aaron Spelling's writing on Angel. You watched Angel, didn't you just say that? Hello?
No. I don't know.
Oh, Buffy.
Buffy.
Well, Angel is a spin-off of Buffy. Give me a break.
Maybe saw that one too.
Maybe?
I don't know.
You don't know that it's a spin-off? You didn't see Angel on Buffy?
I mean, I know there were angels and demons in that show. So I
See, I knew somebody in the chat was going to know what a white lighter was. Just got a text message from the wife. It says, you still on your chat? Yeah, not for too much longer, though.
You know, I forgot to send her Discord link when I was talking about, our family and our community.
My wife?
No. I was talking about, like, when we were talking about earlier, when we were talking about, like, our community and stuff. Because I had to prep to send it out when we were all talking about that.
Ah.
I'm like,
Margot says, white lighter, angelic healer protector. Yeah, that sounds like Harry, for sure. Exactly what I was thinking, not thinking. What happened? Oh, the frickin' chat. How can the chat jump while I'm scrolling? Oh, I have. Jamie Vick says, PB, have you ever watched American Gods? No, I have not. Is that a new show? I feel like it is a very new show, and I have heard good things about it. I feel like I've seen either like the 60-second commercial or like the short trailer for it or something like that. But I have no idea what it's about. And Jamie Vick is going to put another comment in the chat, and she's going to tell me exactly what it is. You just watch. You just watch, Husky. She's good like that. Oh, here we go. What is this referencing? You see this comment here? Wild card. It doesn't follow the story, like Disney got a hold of Star Wars. I don't think it is meant to follow the story in Charmed. I think it's meant to be a hard reboot, if I recall correctly. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't remember them ever referencing the trio from, what would it be, 15 years ago when that show ended? Something like that. I don't remember when it ended.
It's like the hard video game reboot. Some people are like, it doesn't reference the old one. It wasn't supposed to. It's supposed to be a hard reboot.
Hard reboot is meant to not necessarily erase the old one, but meant to copy, and I don't want to say paste because that's not correct. And supersede isn't the word either, but it's more like sit alongside, because it's like a parallel universe. It's like an alternate reality, right?
Yeah.
Like
alternate
in
timeline,
Star Wars, their whole deal was we need to continue the story or nobody's going to show up. Like, can you imagine how many people would have showed up at that first movie if none of the characters were familiar? It ain't making $2 billion. Lucky if it makes $1 billion. Lucky.
Yep.
Like, they'd be pushing it. So what they do, they're like, we're going to plaster Han Solo literally everywhere. He's going to be top of the poster. He's going to be the biggest fucking face. Like, you're going to know that he is in this movie. He's going to be the first person you see. Well, maybe not the first person. He's going to be the biggest recognizable face that you see. He's going to say, oh, we're home. And you'll be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to see that. I'm home. Han Solo. Yes, on board. $2 billion later, you went, oh, that didn't go anywhere, did it? Shit. Right?
Yeah. And a reboot is also supposed to be maybe a retelling or a different idea to a story. You always get that. It was like everyone who didn't think Han Solo was going to die. I was like, what weren't you reading? That was like the biggest rumor going into that movie that he was going to die.
Oh, yeah. That's what everybody... I mean, even the people that didn't hear the rumor, but just know Harrison Ford, went, oh, well, they're going to kill him off. And then you go, what do you mean they're going to kill him off? Well, he don't want to be fucking... He don't want to be Han Solo. He wants to be Indiana Jones. He only wants to be Indiana Jones, and I don't understand why. It hurts my soul a little bit that somebody that has that iconic of a character that I love so much doesn't want to be it. Like, I mean, in a perfect world, everybody would accept their characters the way that Tom Hiddleston does.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
right.
That is a guy who has fully accepted he is Loki. He's like, hey, I know that I'm going to be on the panel at Comic-Con, so time to dress up, motherfuckers!
And, there's one... let's see. There's one thing that actually references the old stuff a little bit in its mass reboots. That's because it all falls on the same timelines, is DC Comics. Because DC Comics has done hard reboots in the comic timelines. Marvel does a little bit more softer ones. Like the Crisis on Infinite Earths was how they killed a lot of the Golden Age characters and some of the Silver Age ones for what they wanted in the future.
Reset the timeline.
And then some of them started coming back, and then the soft reboot after that was like Blackest Night, but that one was obviously a soft reboot. Great story, but it was a soft reboot. Crisis on Infinite Earth. But then again, still that and that,
Need
and
to
I
say
mentioned
goodbye to Wild Card.
I mentioned
Have a good night.
All right, and I mentioned Blackest Night because it did reference the Crisis on Infinite Earth because Barry Allen has returned not too long ago, and he's still trying to get caught up to speed with everything. Like sometime before that Comic-Con, he's still trying to get caught up to speed with everything. You know, he didn't realize Hal Jordan went completely fucking insane, which was during the 90s, and killed everyone. And then they killed him. Because, Green Lantern comics were doing
Hal
well. That's why they
Jordan.
did that. That's why they did that.
One of-
because Green Lantern comics
One
were
of the
doing
only
well.
characters that I thought was not the original character. I was like, wait a second. Isn't the Green Lantern a black guy? And
Jon
everyone
Stewart,
goes,
'cause he's
no. And I was like, it's Jon Stewart right there. Black guy, host of the Daily Show, right here. Jon Stewart. What are you talking about? There he is. They're like, Hal Jordan? And I was like, who the fuck is Hal Jordan? What? They're like, the original Green Lantern? I was like, I don't read comic books.
Yeah. I mean, that's when I was little, I saw that, but I thought it was a different one. But like the one that did take off before they got why did everyone's name just slip my mind? You just said his name too. Why did everyone's name
Hal
slip my
Jordan?
mind? No.
Or Jon Stewart?
Jon Stewart. Sometimes I think that's not his name. I think it's because I get his name mixed up with the Martian Manhunter's John name, and that's why my brain stops. But
that's good. Well, you got to pronounce it right. His name ain't
know.
John. It's Jean.
Yeah, Jean Jones. That's probably why my brain stops every time I want to say Jon Stewart's name. But like they had a line
Jon Stewart
of a character, Kyle. I think it was Kyle Rayner, for Green Lantern a little bit after that, which created more of the.
Kyle Rayner is the Green Lantern that was created by Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah, and he was the one that when they did the stuff with that, that's like the stuff he does with his constructs, which is when they got more creative with that, instead of just like, a couple lasers here and there, which it was for a while.
Ah, okay. So
I
Jamie
remember
Vick
reading
says
that with the
about,
comic
no. I already started. I already said a name. I'm reading the comment. It's about American Gods. It's in its third season. It's pretty much a war of the old gods versus the new gods. It's a great show on Stars. So she's talking about old gods and new gods. Whose gods? Like which country? Are we talking like gods versus titans? Old gods versus new gods? Or which gods? I don't know who the old. Are we talking like
Greek god
Dark
versus
Side
Egyptian
versus
god?
Trigon? Like that's an old god versus a new god, right?
Yeah.
So she answers the question just to leave me with another question. Ah. Oh man, I wouldn't have it any other way. Like that just keeps the conversation going. If she answers all my questions, then we'd be done, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Or close to it.
Yeah.
Here's an answer. Shalana says, to answer your question, PB, Tom Hansen is Johnny Depp in 21 Jump Street. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had no idea who that was at all. And I do know the movie, so that does clear that up. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then Margot said, if it pops up, there it goes. I'm rewatching the originals. I love vampire, werewolf, supernatural. My wife watched all the way through that show, and I could not get into it. I was like, why? No. the originals. You never heard of the originals?
There was just oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I heard of that one.
No, I couldn't get into the originals because the vampires were far too emotional. And I was like, oh my God, they're supposed to go around just fucking murdering people. Did nobody watch Blade? Did nobody watch Blade?
I
That
watched Blade. That
is
was
what
good.
vampires do. That's a vampire. Like Blade is not just a vampire, he's a 50-50. So he kills the vampires. The vampires just going around killing people. Okay? Like, I just want my vampires to be simple. I know that I'm alone in that, and everybody else needs their vampires to be super complex with
And
all
horny.
of these deep-seated, right? All of these, God damn it.
Twilight ruined that for everything.
And all of these deep-seated emotions that determine what they do instead of like, oh, the sun is out, not for me. Oh, it's dark. Let's go murder someone because I'm thirsty. That's all I want out of my vampires. Like, I'm a very, very, I guess it depends on who you ask, easy person. I'm a very easy person. Like, it don't take much to satisfy me per se, but I guess it also don't take much to unsatisfy me. I don't think that that's a real thing. That can't be a real thing. Is that a real thing? Unsatisfy?
Be called
Dissatisfy?
disappoint.
Sure.
Dissatisfy and disappoint.
It don't take much to disappoint, agitate, or piss me off. It's like all you had to do was have fucking Luke Skywalker just pick up the lightsaber and slice one thing in half. Just one fucking thing. Preferably Kylo Ren, but just one fucking thing.
Chop
You
his
couldn't
hand
have
off.
him slice one fucking thing. Oh wait, I did watch The Mandalorian. It was glorious. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, I got excited there. People.
I'm still pissed that no one lost a fucking appendage in the sequel trilogy. No one. They all kept their limbs and shit. Unless they're dying, but they all kept their limbs. No one lost a hand. No one lost their right hand, their J.O. hand. Luke lost his hand.
Right.
Anakin lost his hand.
Like, somebody's got to lose something here. Nobody lost the effing thing. Nothing. Nobody lost anything. And they go, well, she stabbed him. And I was like, and then what happened? And then what happened? Because guess what? If this force healing is a thing, why didn't we just force heal somebody's freaking hand back on? Like, oh, well, I'll just heal myself with the force. What? But whatever. That's not the point. Let me read this comment first. Shalana said, not the crappy movie remake, PB. The series from the late 80s and 90s. I thought that I understood that, but maybe I misread it before because that's what I understood. I didn't think she was talking about the new remake. I thought that she was talking about the old one, but if I read it improperly, I apologize. If I didn't read it improperly, then the apology is moot. Go ahead.
What I find funny.
Oh man. Okay, everybody. That's the signal. So
Okay.
the dog yawned.
Can I at least
The
finish?
timer is on the clock. We have let's set the timer for 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes left in the stream. I don't know if he has it. Are you going to say something right now?
Yeah, I've been trying to. What I find funny about the force healing and everything is all the people that were like, they're the same people are shitting on it later.
Okay.
They're like, there's never force healing. There's never. I'm like, yes, it existed in the EU. However, what they went about it was wrong. Ray didn't have the many, many years of training and patience and connection to the force to do it. However, the child from the Mandalorian, knowing he was 50 years old and saw the fall of the Jedi Order, had enough time to learn that. And you know what else I noticed about the child in the Mandalorian? Every time he used it, he got extremely tired and weak, which is what's supposed to happen when you use the healing ability on yourself or others. It's supposed to drain you for a bit.
Nah, it jacks up Ray. She's like, oh, let's do another round of healing. And I was like, okay. Maybe you shouldn't touch that giant worm. It's got
And it's
diseases
only
on it.
And it's
My
only
God, woman.
And light side users can really only do it.
Oh, look at. Okay, we got 8 minutes left of stream. It's time to start reading some comments, and I know I'm not actually that far behind. So anyone who's still watching, if you want your comments read, put them in there, or in there. Put them out there, in there, out there. I don't know. Type it up and hit send. Yeah. Shalena says, "Oh, I already put that one up. No, next one. This one. There we go. When the moon is high and the sun is rising, ducks fly together. Quack, quack." Is that a good quack? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Good enough. Margot says, "Great way to start my day. Thank you, guys." Well, thanks for coming, Margot. I appreciate it. Shalena says, "Have a great day, Margot." And then responding back, she said, "Sleep well, Shalena." I know I didn't read it in the right order, but you know what? Shit happens. Here we go. Here we go. This is the answer I was waiting for. Excellent. Jamie Vick says, "Old gods are the gods." Whoa, okay. Maybe don't fuck it up when you're reading it, guy. Jesus. Get it together. Jamie Vick says, "Old gods are the ones that people brought over from other countries. For example, the Vikings, the gods from Europe, Africa, Asia, etc. The new gods are like technology, TV, clothing, etc." Oh, shit.
I'm cheering for the old gods because they're a little bit cooler than
Very
the new gods.
interesting. No, that makes me think of I was listening to Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis, not a sponsor, and he was talking about how he believes that we're going to end up turning into a technocracy. I think that's what he called it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it exactly right. And it's essentially where technology is the god, and you will worship at the foot of technology, and you will be solely subservient to the technology, almost to the point where you can't do anything without it, period. And that is why I don't believe in not having cash. And if you, anybody out there, if you think that switching to the same type of monetary system that China has, because, oh, well, then we don't have any drug dealers out there and there won't be a drug trade. You're fooling yourself. People will figure out something to
there
trade.
is. I'll tell you how you can do drugs. There's a thing already out there called the dark web, and you can buy stuff on it with Bitcoin and any other
Oh, dogs are gonna
cryptocurrencies.
bark.
I learned this in economics class.
Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, if we switch to a society where we have all of our money in the institutions, where you have no ability to have cash on you in any way, do you know what happens then, Husky? Because it is one very, very important thing that I didn't even know of until I was listening to this podcast. I didn't even think that it could be an option. And then I went, oh, if they have everything in one spot, it can definitely be an option. You know what they do?
What?
They make it cost you to have your money. And you know how they do that? They just run the institution the opposite of the way they've been running it. Because the way banks work now is interest rates, right? You put your money in the bank, it sits there, and yeah, the interest rate is super low on a savings account, but it's still something, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. Everyone is different. It's still something. If you switch to a exclusive only digital currency, guess what the bank can do? And there's nothing that you can do about it. Negative interest rates. So let's just use round numbers for easy. And Janie Davis is back. What? I thought she went to bed, or she had to go to a party. I don't remember, but she broke my train of thought. Oh God. Okay, so let's say you get paid $1,000, right? You get paid $1,000 in your digital money. Well, it goes into the bank, and the bank has a negative interest rate, which means you will never, ever get the $1,000 because immediately they're taking money off the top. And the longer that it sits there, the more they keep taking off. So you have to go out and you got to spend that money. You got to spend it real fast, or you have to invest it in something else. You can no longer just have $10,000 in a savings account or $100,000 in a savings account, because they'll be like, oh, we're turning the interest rate to negative. Give me your money, because we are the institution and you are beholden to the way that we run our business, because we are exclusively digital, because nobody accepts cash. So if you, anybody out there, or anybody that you even know, thinks that that is a good idea for any reason, that reason is not enough to supersede any institution out of hand taking your money. Period. Full stop. I don't think I need any more than that. Do I?
Nope. And this is the only reason why I want to try so hard, but I don't want to be an annoyance to have you talk with like some of the people of the Steels, or like Corey Adam when he goes on his rants about stuff like this. You guys would have a good discussion. Hell, your sports talk would be fun too. Because he bleeds purple a lot more than I do.
That's hilarious. And at that exact same time, Shalana says, at least he's not talking football.
It's like we're connected. Bears.
Hilarious.
It's like we're connected.
Janie Davis says, my uncle was a banker and he's an arse. I want money I can hold. Exactly. If I can't go down the street to my friend's house and be like, oh, I see you have a bunch of pumpkins in your field and I need some pumpkins for Halloween. Here's $10. If I can't do that, we got serious problems, man. Serious problems. Like that is an issue. I need to be able to conduct business literally anywhere. And that is the whole point of currency, was that so you didn't have to go around bartering with this person, with that person, with that person, with that person to finally get the one thing that you need. You can just go buy the one thing you need because you have currency. That's the whole point of currency. It's just a workaround for the bartering system. That's all it is. You're just bartering with currency. Like, you set the value of what your item is. You're like, I need this much currency because I'm going to take that currency and I'm going to go buy the one thing that I need. Like, you're getting your one thing from me. I'm going to go get my one thing from that guy. instead
Here's
of, you know,
something.
carrying your pumpkins or pineapples everywhere.
Here's something on my bill. It says it right now. It says it on all these bills. It says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. So if you're an establishment that refuses to take cash, you can actually go out. You can go after them on a legal level.
No, and I do appreciate the gas stations in the Midwest. I don't know if they're anyplace else in the country or anyplace else around the world, because I know we have an international audience. I appreciate those stations that have a cheaper gas price for cash compared to cards.
Oh yeah, you see that a lot of times. Most
I
of the
love
times
it.
when you see that, you don't always see that when you head towards like the city areas. You see it more when you're out in the rural areas.
So
I'll admit that
I've
that's
been
what it is
asked
here.
from Shalana, no football talk tonight. I mean, we already did football talk, didn't we? We did that
We
like
did
3 hours
that.
ago,
Yeah.
almost.
Zod's
Something
trying to
like
flex
that.
the New York Giants on us.
Flex the New York fucking Jesus Christ. No, we're not gonna go there. We're definitely not gonna go there.
Me and PB
Like,
tried
that is
to
a
not laugh.
lot of pineapples for one peach. A lot. Or not? Is that a peach? That's a peach, right?
Yeah, it's a peach.
Okay, that's what I thought. Peaches are butts.
I find
What
it
does this
funny.
say? Go ahead.
I find it funny when there was that thing that showed all the emojis when all the states had eggplants except for Georgia, and it was a peach, and then people were like, "Oh, Georgia's a Buckeye." I'm like, "Or Georgia's a peach state." Well, I wasn't like that. My brother was the first one to point that out with the meme. But it's like that's what it is.
Right? Like that's real straightforward. Like, real straightforward. Janie Davis says, the world is increasingly online and technological, but until we're plugged into the matrix, we need real physical money.
The Matrix had real physical money too. It just made you think it was real physical money.
Did they have real physical money in the Matrix? Like,
Yeah,
nothing
they handed
in
it.
the
They handed
Matrix
it to
is real or physical.
No, but that's why I said it made you think it was real and physical, because it's the Matrix. So it makes you think it's real, but it's not. That's the key word. Think.
That's the esoteric conversation that people have had over the last decade or so. Are we in the Matrix? Have we been in the Matrix the entire time? Is this a Matrix? Is this a virtual reality? Is none of it real? Like, there's so many questions that could easily be true.
I like the Matrix. I hope because of the fourth Matrix movie, they never show you what happened to the rest of the world, or like where the machines are, because it could be anything. Maybe the machines had total domination. Maybe the humans have them held off. And don't, before you go off on that city, Zion was a city created by the machines to make them think of an escape. That was all there. There could be a continent that has no war against the machines, and the machines have this continent, and that's how it is. That's how, like, maybe they had peace terms with all that stuff. You won't know that, and I never want them to answer that question of how much the machines are in control and how much the humans, if there's any, survived on like another continent or something, or if they escaped. And that's, the humans you see are obviously the humans that were plugged in the machine at one point, or their descendants. I never wanted to answer that. I just wanted to keep them in that thing, to keep it mystery of that war.
Right. Janie Davis says, we call it petrol.
Well, Rockefeller created gasoline. So it's gas.
You confuse all the American people when you say petrol. They'll be like, the hell is he talking about? He's talking about
Rockefeller's
petroleum.
Rockefeller's team created gasoline, and he was a big one with the oil, and he called it oil and gasoline, so it's gas. Fuck you, we had a monopoly. Until it was split up into 30 companies that he held stocks in each one of them and made more money off of them.
Yeah, but they've been using petrol in at least England since the 1800s, guy. Like they had cars there long before we had cars in America. It's not even close. Like Mr. Ford gets a lot of credit that
for the assembly
should
line.
not be getting
the
him.
assembly line.
I know, except stupid people are like, he invented the car. And I was like, no, he didn't.
Oh, he invented the modern way of the car. My brother who's a mechanic tells me that all the time.
I mean, still not even. You are correct in what you said first. The only thing that he invented was the assembly line. It was unbelievably huge.
Mass produce a car, and that's what created more of the modern age of cars. That's what they pushed.
Okay, well, the Model T is still not a modern car.
It's not the modern for that time, PB, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That pushed into the modern age of cars and everyone driving. Because nobody knew how, not a lot of people knew how to drive, but they had all these cars, and Ford told the salespeople, teach them to drive, even the kids if you have to. Okay. And he did. So then everyone was buying a Model T. It's interesting when you really get into it. And then
are we going to get into it right now?
World War II happened, and I don't need to make that joke.
Good. That was Ford. The short version. Shalana says, I was happy the Sacramento Kings won tonight. I would say something, but I will not, because I at least used to be a Lakers fan. I don't really watch basketball too much anymore, especially after, went to shit after the world ended from virus. But whatever. What is this? Hello, Michael Brent. He says, ever played Astral Chain or Dragon Quest 11? I have not.
No.
Have you?
No, but I've heard of the games.
I have not heard of the first one, but I've heard of the second one. I know it's some type of, oh gosh, why am I drawing a blank now?
Dragon Quest is a JRPG.
Yes. I was going to say it all out, but you just said the letters. That's good enough. Here we go. Janie Davis says, the money in the Matrix was the people themselves. That's deep. Crikey. What? I'm going to have to go back and rewatch these movies. I don't remember them at all. Like, all I remember from all three of them are literal set piece moments. Like the first time they did bullet time, the first time he got pulled out. I mean, I don't remember the movie as a whole, and I know I don't remember Agent
Smith's line that humanity is a disease, we are the cure.
No, I don't. It goes on a whole thing of why humanity is a virus in those movies off the top of my head. Obviously, now that you've said it, I go, yeah, I remember it now. But I wouldn't be able to say if you went, hey, what's the great Agent Smith line? I'd go, farts. I don't know. What?
And I want to say this. The freaking... I like the monster movies, Godzilla, but those recent monster movies are stealing that line and making it seem like it's theirs. Like, ooh, the humanity's like a virus and stuff, and we're a fever, and these monsters are the cure. I'm like, you stole that from the Matrix. Agent Smith said it first.
I'm laughing at the comment. J.D. Davis said, Michael, I'm not a gamer at all because I'm too lazy to learn how.
It's not that hard to do. You just grab a controller and push buttons. Push the button.
Okay. Yeah, just grab the controller and push the buttons. Can you imagine just grabbing the controller and pushing buttons and you want
That's
to
how you learn.
accomplish something, you ain't going to accomplish nothing,
That's
God.
how you learn.
Don't tell somebody that. Do not. No, that is terrible advice for anybody that's ever trying to play video games.
Well,
to
this is
just
what I
pick up
did
the
when I first
controller
started when
and
I was
push
young.
buttons.
That's all I remember. You grab the controller and you just figure it out eventually.
Okay, hold on there. Now, what you just said is completely different than just push buttons.
You push your buttons, you
Figuring
figure it out, and
no,
eventually.
no. Figuring it out and just pushing buttons is not the same thing. Figuring it out is a procedural technique. Just pushing buttons is totally random. Totally random. If I told somebody, oh, just go out there and you just hold this and you just push buttons, I would be like, okay, I'll just totally randomly push these buttons and then, stuff happens on the screen. I don't know what's going to happen on the screen because I'm randomly pushing buttons. But if somebody wanted to learn how to play the video game, you would have to push the buttons in at least semi-sequential orders in order to figure out what does what. Let's break it down to a very, very basic game. Pac-Man. Pac-Man, if you're playing it on a console, has 4 directions. So you got 4 buttons to push. You're like, okay, I want Pac-Man to go up. What happens when I push the X button? Nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can't just randomly push buttons. You have to push buttons in some type of, I don't know, not
Pattern.
necessarily sequential order, but you have to be like, okay, it did nothing. I got to move on to something else. It did nothing. Move on to something. Oh, this one did something. And then once you start getting into complex video games, the button does something at this point now, and now it doesn't do something. Imagine giving that advice to somebody who's playing Madden. Oh my God. Oh, just grab it and just hit them buttons randomly, and Brett Favre will throw the football in the end zone eventually, eh?
I suggest you
Fucking
start off with
Minnesotans.
the standard games, which basic ones, they can be complex, are platformers, or you can, you do.
You want to hear something funny?
I think rhythm games. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is the longest 8 minutes ever, and I don't care. Janie Davis said, there's a myth that someone created a functioning electric car shortly after the combustion engine, but it was scrapped because the oil industry wanted to keep growing. Sounds more like a fact than a myth. I don't know for a fact, but it sounds more like a fact than a myth.
The Greeks created steam power back in ancient Greece, but you know why they scrapped that? You're going to love this. Or not, because it's terrible. Slaves were very prevalent, so that's why they didn't go off of steam power. I read that in our history book. I'm like, fuck. Oh, fucking Greece.
Shalana says, I know we suck, but I work for them. Talking about the Sacramento Kings. I mean, that's got to be pretty cool, though. I wonder if she gets to go to away games. That'd be pretty sweet. I always wanted to do that. Free trip to an away game, right?
Yeah.
What does Michael have to say?
Are we going to wrap this up? Because we said we were going to do that a while ago, and then we didn't.
I know, and my plan was, when I said that, was I was going to rapid fire comments, but then I never get to, because apparently when I want to do that, somebody here becomes unbelievably talkative.
Shh.
Yeah, deep breath.
That was
Michael
a deep
Brent
breath.
says, sure. Michael Brent says, Janie Davis, yeah, I've been a gamer, a gabber. It's supposed to be gamer. For as long as I can remember. I used to have a N64, Xbox, Wii, ideas.
It looks like he has an autocorrect.
What's it
It's
supposed to be?
a DS.
Oh, a DS. Oh man, good call. Nicely done. A Game Boy, and now I have a Switch Lite. Oh, he should have been here earlier when we were talking about Pokemon, man. Oh man. Here we go. That's what's up. Janie Davis says last system I played on was the PlayStation 2.
Great
Classic.
console. Great console. There's some people that don't think that one was the best one. They think the PS3
The
is better.
PlayStation,
Nah.
no, the PlayStation 2 is literally the best console ever created when you compare it relatively in time to everything else. The PlayStation 2 is the only console that every iteration of it did everything. Played every PlayStation 2 game, played every PlayStation 1 game, played every disc movie that you could buy because Blu-rays weren't a thing yet, and you could still play high speed on the internet. I did in 2006 with it. Gosh, it might have been 2007 because I think it was Madden 2006 that I was playing. So it might have been 2007. So, oh man, the PlayStation 2 will, at least in my mind, probably always go down as the greatest console ever because the stuff that they come out with now doesn't do everything. It's close. They add all these nice little features, but it doesn't do everything.
They didn't kill the PlayStation 2 until the PlayStation 4 was released. That's how long its life was. That's how long its life was. It could have still gone for a lot longer.
Oh, for sure. Michael Brent says, do you remember Will Smith, Hancock, DreamWorks, Prince of Egypt, Ted, Cool World, Brad Pitt, Fern Gully, Anastasia, Titan, AE, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Land Before Time, or Page Master? I remember most of those. I remember most of them. Janie Davis says, Michael Brent, I played Tomb Raider and Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, then you should just get like a little Switch or something to play the
She also loves Sonic.
Crash, remasters, and the Crash remake, and the fourth Crash game, which I haven't gotten into, but everyone who plays it says it's pretty close to the original 3 in the formula, with a little, spin to it.
See, Husky, this is exactly what I was talking about right here. Janie Davis says the controller got too complicated. Played Pac-Man. Exactly, Pac-Man, at least the arcade version, which is the only real version that you ever want to play. It's technically one button that goes 4 directions. And you just like, okay, let's go this way, let's go that way, let's go this way. I mean, how many buttons are on a regular controller now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 buttons.
I want to tell you
11 buttons plus a D-pad and 2 joysticks. Minimum. That's minimum.
Technically, I got 2, 4, 8. The joysticks click, so those count as 2 buttons. So
I didn't.
10.
I forgot R3 and L3. My bad.
The D-pad, each arrow counts as 1 button.
I said D-pad.
And a home button. I know. Start and select and the home button. But you're not going to use start and select a lot unless you're playing open world games where you just click it to open up a menu. Which is all they're used for these days. The start button isn't even really used to start a game anymore. You're barely going to hit the home button. If you bump the home button, you're just going to... When you hit the home button, you're either doing it because you're done with your game, you're closing it off, or because you bumped it because for some reason your finger drifted all the way over to the home button.
Oh, the witchy one just left? I missed it? Son of a bitch. Everyone said
I
bye.
guess some people
For
say
me,
it's too many buttons. I say they could add more buttons. There are controllers called Scuff controllers where that's one company that made them. But even the Xbox Elite one, they have buttons on the bottom that you can program for your other fingers to hit. I'm like, why can't we program some games to do that? Make something really complicated and intricate.
this is a very sad comment. Lost the Game Boy at school, she did. That's sad. Like, you would think that somebody there would be like, oh, I know whose Game Boy this is, but they didn't. Margot says, I left console on playing Sonic. There was no save back then. Oh, that's good stuff. I like it.
I think when
Shalana
people
says,
say that,
I've
but there were
beaten
games
Super
that you could
Mario
save
3,
on.
but oh, you mother. Go ahead.
There's some games you could
Like
do
you're
like this weird
making it
save stuff,
forever
and
for
they,
us to wrap up. You know that, right? This is all on
Sure.
you.
Okay. Because they had something
Okay.
for Legend of Zelda to save there. I shortened it.
Okay. Shorten all of your answers if you want to leave at the same time that I do. Okay?
All right.
Now, I'm going to read this, not over the top of you. Son of a bitch. Shalana said, I've beaten Super Mario 3, but can't now. I don't think I've ever beaten any of the Marios from start to finish. And gosh, I think I've owned too many of them for that to be. It's very depressing. That's about all I'm going to say. Janie Davis says, Shalana, I feel like they used to design them so you can't win twice. I have no idea. I have no idea how they used to design games. They definitely don't design them now like they used to, or do they not used to, or they don't make them like they used to. That's the phrase I was looking for.
AAA companies don't make them like they used to. I've seen
That's for
indie
sure.
developers make fucking hard ass games. Dark Souls is a pretty hard game. A lot of timing and a lot of patience. It's fun though.
Ah, yes. Janie Davis said, I like Sonic because you could super zoom through levels once you beat it. Yeah, you could. You're like, oh, I'll just done. Next one, please. Can I beat my record? Right? Or is that just me?
I don't know.
Oh, here's an answer. 18 buttons on a controller. For sure. There's definitely ones out there with 18 buttons.
They all
And
at least have 18.
Margot says too many buttons for me. Janie Davis says hashtag too many buttons. Shalana says the polar bear on the second level up gives you free lives. I have no idea what she's talking about right now. It must be Crash Bandicoot. Oh, Janie Davis doesn't have it anymore. Oh, why is it? Everybody lost the Game Boy? So is that why the Game Boy was such a big seller? Because everybody lost theirs? They're like, yep, gotta get another one. Lost it on the bus. Damn. Like I didn't have a Game Boy. I only ever had a Game Boy Color, so I don't know.
All right, we gotta close
what
up
it's
so
like,
then
and I
PB
don't
can
know where
watch
it
this freaking Pokemon shit so I can talk to him about it.
Okay,
Because
Janie
I keep
Davis
seeing more
said,
shit in my results, and I just want to talk to him about it.
my dad just bought me a new Game Boy and didn't get mad or anything. Oh my God, that would not have happened in my house. My God, he'd be like, "Oh, that sucks for you. That's terrible." All right, so Shalana Barber says Sonic is cool. Oh, the chat jumped. Oh, Jamie Vick's leaving. She says until next time. Bye, Jamie Vick. There, I'm caught up on the chat. Are you happy?
Yes.
Crash Bandicoot is one of the best games. Yes or no, Husky?
Yes.
Okay. And on that wonderful note, everybody, that's going to be the end of this live stream. So I don't know when we'll do it again. Maybe tomorrow night. Maybe the night after that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to set a schedule. I said that earlier. When you set a schedule, you're just setting people up for disappointment. It's much better to just wing it, and then people can enjoy the time that they spend there. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming to this stream that we talked about absolutely nothing for far too long, right?
Right.
Yep. So
We're gonna
I
do
hope
this
that
for
you'll come
Zod's
back next
party
time.
too.
And until then, everybody, I bid you adieu.